WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. Don.
Where do we stand on sus?
Hahn.
It's lame. It needs Viagra.
And Rosenberg.
I'm going to lift my shirt up, take my pants down, and shake it all around. This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, 3:02 in Orlando, Florida for me. New Jersey, Hawthorne, New Jersey for Don LaGreca. And actually, I'm sorry, in 80s Jersey, New Jersey for Don LaGreca.
There you go.
And at Madison Square Garden for Alan Hahn. Welcome to Don Hahn and Rosenberg Tournament Friday. Alan, not the greatest of starts for LIU.
Listen, is rebounding important in basketball? I don't really know the game that well. So I was wondering if you guys thought, if you don't rebound, like only 9 defensive rebounds in a game, is that bad? Holy Christmas. You know what, though? Now all we got now is can we just cover? Because they're down by 28 right now.
And what is it, 31 and a half?
31 and a half. Just at this point now, the only saving grace is that we covered. That's all I got. They were early on. Arizona not known as a three-point shooting team. You play a zone against them. They don't like shooting threes. They got a ton of size. They'll go inside on you. And these freaking guys wouldn't miss. Guy hit a logo three. At that point, I'm like, all right, there you go. That's it. They can't get a rebound. They're making threes. So what was like an 11-point game midway through the first half, and I'm thinking, just hang in, get through the beginning where you're nervous and all. Figure it out. They'll get cold. You got your best players have got to show up. That didn't happen. And then they couldn't get a damn rebound, man. And so this thing turned fast in the second half of the first half. Like later in the first half, it started to slip. And now it's 30. Now it'll be an interesting part of the Rod Strickland story to see, Don, where they are this year versus, hey, maybe next year they get to a point where they're an 11 seed, a 12 seed, and you can start getting a favorable matchup where you can hope to compete. But this year, as the 16 up against an Arizona, that's tough sledding.
Well, listen, the thing is that when you're talking about the pros, I'm trying to draft a team, trying to sign free agents, make trades to build my organization. There shouldn't be that big a discrepancy between teams, especially in cap sports like the NBA.
Right.
But in college basketball, like you said, they're just too small.
Too small.
Because you're not going to get the best athletes in the country to come to LIU, to come to Hofstra, to come to Fordham, these small schools, right? Siena. So really the only way you can win a game like that is that you've got to take advantage of their mistakes. They've got to play poorly.
Yeah.
All right?
Yep.
And you said they're hitting their threes. You're done. There's nothing physically you can do to win the game mano a mano. If I bring my best and you bring your best, I'm cooked. All right? If I play great, you play average, maybe I can hang. In this situation, when you're a 31.5-point dog, I've got to play great and you got to play like garbage in order to win the game.
Yeah.
And clearly you're seeing that Arizona's come to play, and that's why you're down 30.
Yeah, it's 34 points in the paint. They really their threes early, and now they're just dominating inside. Their threes and rebounding early. They had a ton of offensive rebounds. Even when they missed, they had a second chance. But it really is that, man. Like the next step is they've got to get a big guy. They got to get somebody like legit. They started a lineup. It was like 6'8", 6'5", like that. Like that's my team. When we were Division II, that's what we were. We had a 6'9" guy. I was listed at 6'7". Like that's what we had. We had that kind of size. This is the same exact lineup. So it's like, how are you supposed to compete against teams that have 6'10", 7-footers? So that's the next thing now. But first time in the dance, you want the experience. They got it. It's good for the brand. It's good for Rod Strickland. It's hard to watch, though. It really.
Yep.
This is my first experience in it. I never really had a dog in the fight. We'd watch. Stephanie went to North Carolina, so we would always. UNC was our team, But, this is now officially our team because this is blood in the ground, Peter.
You got blood in the ground.
I got blood in the ground. So it's the first time it kind of I got to admit, kind of hurts. Kind of sucks.
I feel you, dog. No, it's not good. It's not good. But give it time. My prediction is if Rod Strickland sticks around, assuming someone doesn't come to try to get him elsewhere, if he puts in a few years at LIU, there will be a time when they get up to maybe a 12 or 13 seed and you could get a more reasonable matchup and try to pull off some magic. Similarly, Wright State is up 5 on UVA in the second half as a 14 seed. There's a big difference, guys. I don't know if you realize this. That 15 and 16 has always been different than everything
Feels like
else.
it. Yeah.
There's a big gap between 13, 14, and then it widens even more for 15 and 16.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, I do want you guys both to know that I have in my days of really collecting authentic gear, I have, for the summertime, I have a pair of the late 90s authentic white Arizona shorts that they're wearing right now.
Oh,
One of the great shorts.
Yeah.
Arizona merch. I have no connection to that team.
They're like Damon
right?
Stoudemire era.
Simon, Bibby.
Yeah, Mike Bibby.
Give me the
right.
Lute Olson days. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
Luke
I
Walton,
do.
baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyways, now that's not all we got today. Well, of course, keep our eye on the tournament. And 3:20 will get you going with Drop Madness, today's action. But when I got on the call today, down here from the WWE Performance Center, where we have an Evolve taping tonight, Don LaGreca was shot out of a cannon about something that his good old pal Michael Kay had to say on the railroad today.
Michael Kay, while talking about the WBC and the tremendous rating that it got for the gold medal game or championship game, however you wanted to call it. I guess it was a gold medal game. Did over 10 million viewers. I guess combined with Fox, English, and Spanish. Over 10 million. And coming off the 16.1 million on average to watch the World Series last year, and the 15 million that watched Yankees and Dodgers the year before in the World Series, and the putrid numbers that the NBA Finals produced this past year with the Thunder and the Pacers at just a little over 10 million, that this clearly shows it's a joke that people say that the NBA in this country is number 2 and that baseball's number 3. That baseball is big. That baseball, MLB, is bigger than the NBA. And I started thinking about it, and I'm like, I've always now not in this market. I think in this market, it's baseball over basketball. But in the country, and I'm not going to go by these numbers through the WBC because the championship of 4 nations got over 9 million people to watch it. I think there's patriotism coming off of the Olympics that, and plus all of the Latino viewers and Venezuelan Americans that were watching that game drove the number up. I don't know if that tells you that baseball's hot. Baseball is hot in the sense that you've got Ohtani on the West Coast with the Dodgers. You've got Judge on the East Coast with the Yankees. And the Dodgers being good and the Yankees being good helps baseball. And that's why the numbers were through the roof in the World Series the last couple of years, because you had the Dodgers in it. And you had Thunder Pacers in the NBA. But I am not quite ready to say, even with all the NBA struggles, with the load management, with the tanking, with the best team in basketball being from Oklahoma City, that I'm ready to say that baseball is securely number 2 in this country. Are you?
I'm not.
No.
I think, all due respect to Michael, of course.
All due respect.
But it's cherry picking. Because in Oklahoma City, Indiana, those 2 markets playing in the finals is akin to when we had the Diamondbacks and the Rangers.
Right. And by the way, the Diamondbacks Rangers did slightly over 9 million on average for that 5-game series. So that just shows you that number was not quite half of what it's been over the last couple of years, based on that you had 2 teams with no stars and no storylines and like nothing to really get into. I'm not going to say Dallas is a small market, Alan, but the Texas Rangers aren't exactly a team that's going to move the country. And the Arizona Diamondbacks aren't going to do that either. That's akin to Oklahoma City and Indiana. Even though Oklahoma City's got maybe the best player in the sport right now.
Yeah, but he's only popular among basketball fans. He's not popular beyond it, which is, of course, we all know is the most important thing when it comes to selling the sport.
OKC is San Antonio Mach 2.
Oh.
That's
pretty good. It's a pretty good comp.
Not in style of play, but just in the fact of, is it going to move the country?
Right.
When the Spurs were dominant, they were not getting a number. They were not getting people, and they had stars.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They had I wouldn't say like Tim Duncan was a household name, but they weren't bereft of stars. And they had a coach that people hated but had a personality. But San Antonio didn't move you. Oklahoma City's not going to move you. Yeah. Arizona's not going to move you. You know, the Texas Rangers aren't going to move you at this stage. And that has a lot. But Dodgers will.
Dodgers always. I mean, here's your example. Last year, both series went to Game 7s. Okay,
right.
Dodgers obviously a mega market compared to the other three markets that are involved in this conversation. Right, Indiana, of course, and the Pacers' reach. It's just not. It's not there. And this is not disrespect. It's just real. Like the Pacers aren't. Again, you travel around with the Dodgers, you're going to get Dodgers fans in all the buildings you go to on the road. When the Lakers and the Knicks travel, you get, and I've been there, I've seen it, you get half the building are Knicks fans. Half the building could be Laker fans. It's a real thing. Boston, the Celtics have this as well. But you don't have that with the Pacers. You don't really have that with the Thunder. You have people who are fans of Shea, but that's about it. So understand, and then there's Toronto Blue Jays. You don't have that either. But the Dodgers, no. They're filling road seats. And so that game averaged 27 million viewers, that Game 7, that unbelievable Game 7. It peaked, of course, at 33 when it became an epic and this thing's going to go into the extra innings. Then it peaked. Right, that's a big number. 27 million. All right, it was the average. 33 was the peak. Thunder Pacers. Remember, it started with Halliburton getting hurt. And so that all of a sudden compromised the game. That game averaged 16, and it peaked at 19.
Right.
So there's a big, obviously, gap between the two. But when you're talking about one of them had a mega team with a mega star in Ohtani, and the other one was just two good basketball teams that basketball people would like, but the rest of the country might not be as involved, is the gap really as big as you think?
Right, exactly. And you know what? And again, Michael's argument is going to be that they were able to get 16.1 rating on average because of the fact that you lose Toronto because there's no local market in the States. That rating should be brought down, okay, because of the fact you had a team that's not from the United States. But I would say that around the country, the Blue Jays, with some of the names on that team and their story and how compelling that was, is going to move the country more than the Indiana Pacers are going to. I mean, it's no offense to Halliburton. They didn't have the star power. Pacers, the Blue Jays, and plus it's Toronto. I understand that you don't get the rating because they're all watching it on Sportsnet and not watching it on Fox. But, like, Toronto's America adjacent. It's not like it's Edmonton or Calgary or Saskatchewan. It's not Regina. It's Toronto. There's the Blue Jays. You've got the Raptors. And by the way, when the Raptors play the Warriors, 13.5.
19 million,
which was a better rating than last year.
Yeah.
I'll need a drop for It's Not Regina. And also, don't forget, in Buffalo and surrounding areas, they literally root for the Blue Jays and watch them like they're the local team.
Yeah.
So that is a thing. It's different.
And it was compelling. And then Ohtani, it's almost bigger than having a LeBron James in the NBA Finals because it's Ohtani. He's a unicorn. He's pitching one day and hitting, and then he's hitting the next day. Like, people were watching that. Really, I think it could have been Dodgers against anybody.
Yeah.
And that number was going to be big. And then you throw Yankees-Dodgers. And then how compelling that series was. It beat the World Series the year before. Now, obviously, it just went 5 with the Yankees and the Dodgers. You know how many Yankee fans there are.
Right. They travel.
And we're having this conversation, and this is what I wanted to bring it to attention and be able to draw you in at 1-800-919-3776 is that baseball is hot. They're coming off a big WBC. The Dodgers are good. The Yankees are good. The Red Sox have built up their pitching. The Mets should be better. The Phillies are in contention to win their division. And football and basketball, load management, teams tanking, a non-compelling regular season. The best team in the NBA is in Oklahoma City. And we're still having a conversation about it because you could say the NBA is in its worst place it's been. LeBron James is about to retire. Steph Curry's not playing. And yet it's comparable. And now baseball is going to blow it all up when they go on a lockout in 2027.
That could be dangerous. Yeah.
So, the NBA can correct some of their issues. So if we're having a conversation and Michael wants to stick out his chest and say, baseball, forget about football. We're not even talking about football. But between basketball and baseball, the baseball's king. Baseball could not be in a better place. And it's still a conversation when NBA is in a very dark place right now. If both of these leagues were clicking, I'm sorry, it would be basketball. Now, again, not in this market. Because you only have the Knicks. You at least got the Mets and the Yankees. And I always felt that this has been fundamentally a baseball town, although you could argue the city game is basketball. But I just think New York and the surrounding areas lean more
It's always
towards
traditionally been a baseball town, going all the way back to the 40s,
so
yes.
I'm more talking about the nation. But, in New York, I don't think it's as debatable.
Well, all you got to think about is this, Don. On national shows, the NBA is talked about exponentially more than Major League Baseball. That's a real thing. And why is that? Baseball is a regional sport. It is not a national sport. That's a real it's a real thing. It doesn't make it bad, it doesn't make it worse, it doesn't make it anything. It is regional. People in St. Louis don't care about hearing about the Mets or hearing about the Dodgers or the Angels or anybody else. They want to hear about their team. I think it's just a different mentality. The NBA is a far more national and even global sport because of its stars become a bigger part of the story and the drama and everything else. I think baseball's strictly regional, and it's a market-to-market kind of situation.
And the scary thing, getting back to what really concerns New Yorkers, and that is if there is going to be a baseball season, if next week, in I guess it's the 25th, so I guess what is that what's today, the 20th?
Yeah.
So what, next Wednesday?
Wednesday.
When the Yankees play the Giants, that this could be the beginning of the last baseball season we see in a while. And
when did it turn? When did the first time it turned on was when we lost the World Series in '94.
Right.
And that's when the NBA, I think, passed them in the race. And even the NHL was making a case to catch up as well until they had theirs. But that World Series, not having a World Series, I think they lost a lot of people. It frustrated a lot of people. Obviously, the 98 season with all the craziness that happened in that year did bring some people back until we realized that everybody was using steroids. But I think we saw it then, and how damaging would a lockout be for this sport right now as it's just seemingly getting traction as what we might have witnessed in the WBC, right? And maybe even in the Olympics.
Well, and I do think that the people that believe that baseball's on the uptick, that the owners will say, we can't ruin this. I think they see the forest through the trees and realize, is any of this sustainable? Not having a salary cap, the way the salaries have exploded. What are we up to, 9, 10 regionals being propped up by Major League Baseball?
Yeah.
Like it's really bad. And that affects the NBA. That's also a shot at the NBA and the NHL because these regionals have baseball, basketball, and hockey.
Yep.
So it's really a shot at all of just – really, it's almost a shot at TV itself.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, right, Peter, because you follow. It's like I don't know if we might be doing a disservice saying – something's popular based on how many people watch it because the numbers are going down across the board other than football that has figured out the formula. I mean football can get 20 million people to watch it.
By the way, it even works against Michael's own argument. Like, there are people like me who were invested in the WBC throughout it. The only game I sat down to watch was the final, but I'm watching highlights. I'm consuming it in different ways. It's just it's not a very current way to judge popularity. Guys, though, there is something that's popularity is never in question, and it's drop madness.
Oh, yes.
Let's get started. The voting begins right now on the DHR Twitter page, okay? Get on your Twitter and vote. We start in the Flub region with the 2 seed.
Udeki? Is that his name? Udoko?
No, that is not his name. Up against the 15 seed.
Satan Johns.
I'm smelling an upset.
Oh wow!
I don't know.
I'm smelling an upset.
It's tough. It's tough for Marco jumping in against a heavyweight like Richard.
But I think the kid's got it in him.
We go to the 7 seed in the Flub region.
We're getting a lot of callers that are very confident, Ben. Judicus was on. He's a little nervous. Jadicus.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I would be Judicus.
I'm Judicus.
Up against the 10 seed.
Who spoke on the condition of anonymity. That hurt.
I love that
it hurts to hear.
I love that at the time the drop ended, Alan was no closer to getting the word right.
No, I think I was further away.
It's going the wrong way.
You know, that's like when you're walking upstairs and you trip and then you fall backwards down the stairs.
Yeah, he's back
That's
a
pretty
couple
much what I
steps.
did.
All right, we go to the funny region, the 2 seed in action.
You got the job, you ass!
Up against the 15 seed.
Timmy Chalamanamamla.
We have the 7 seed.
I'll be licking the television screen. Licking it like it's ice cream.
In a tough spot is the 10 seed.
Yeah, the Patriots, the Fakakta other team that I also don't care about. Whoever you want to bet on.
Just forgetting the Super Bowl team. No big deal.
Nah.
We go to the troubling region, and I'll tell you what, there are people out there who think this 2 seed could be a contender.
You suck, Busick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Up against the 15 seed.
I said lower till he can't be heard. Did you hear me? The point that he can't be heard.
And even that involves Richard. Like, Richard's all over this. That's me screaming at Richard. Or actually, he's screaming at Jacob about Richard.
His imprints are just,
Yeah, I know.
It should be a Richard region.
Excuse me?
We
go to the 7.
Yeah, it's called the Nether region.
We go to the 7 seed in troubling.
Say his name!
Up against the 15 seed.
It all sounds like just one moment in the show.
A little Drop Madness trivia. Whose name did I want said?
Ooh.
And for bonus points, who was I saying it to?
I know both answers.
I think it's
I know both.
my name. Wasn't it my name?
No.
It wasn't my name?
No.
You were mad at a caller?
Yeah, I am screaming at Danny from Long Island
To say.
not saying R.J. Santillo's name.
Right.
No,
right,
it was-
that's right.
No,
'cause
Anthony Pusick. I'm
It was,
sorry.
yes,
It was
Anthony
Anthony's
Pusick.
name,
That's why
right?
he's confusing it with R.J.
I know it was
That's
one
right.
of
Called him the screener or something.
It was one of us.
We go to the Nether region, the 2 seed.
The last time I called up, I was not high. I was pooping in my pants.
Up against the 15.
Hey, no cheap shot jokes at me, but I'm big on the organ.
Ooh.
Now, having met and actually had lunch with Spike, it's an image I need to get out of my head immediately.
He's big on the organ, Don.
Yeah. So,
Guys,
that's
you
the
know how
top.
I feel. Maybe my favorite drop in the tournament, the 7 seed.
Take it off. Take it all off.
Up against the 10 seed Monica.
I sent you a picture of my toilet, by the way.
Well, you know what
it's a
we
tough-
need to bring. You know what we need to bring back, Peter.
Huh?
The perv element of Drop Madness is.
We may find out.
Yeah.
We may find out today. We'll see how that
It's
goes.
going to test it. It's definitely going to test it. Hey, by the way, right now with 5:48 to go in the second half, it's a 30-point game, and Arizona's win probability is 99.9.
Well, but really, for our benefit and for the gamblers out there, it's a 2-point game.
Come on,
Now,
man. Just hang
that'll
on,
do
boys.
it. That will do it for your drops. Get on the Twitter machine, DHR on ESPN, and vote. And we're going to take a break. Also, keep you posted on the Wright State Virginia game. 54-53 Virginia with 12:38 to go in the second half. Guys, it's a different kind of upset potential. Wright State is not like fighting to hold on to a big lead. They've just been battling neck and neck all day long in a very evenly matched game. So we'll keep you posted on all that, plus start talking to you right here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
5th-seeded St. John's kicks off their March Madness tournament in San Diego against 12th-seeded Northern Iowa. Coverage begins today at 7 on 1050 ESPN.
March is here, and the madness is underway. Schweppes offers above-the-rim refreshment and is proud to sponsor the Big East Conference. Take a break from the action with a Schweppes Seltzer. Enjoy 7 refreshing flavors, such as black cherry, lemon lime, cranberry lime, and strawberry mango. Each Schweppes Seltzer flavor provides a perfect touch for any occasion. Schweppes, a sparkling tradition since 1783, and the perfect way to elevate your everyday refreshment. Stop by your local food bazaar to get your favorite Schweppes Seltzer for a slam dunk experience.
There's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 Hybrid Preferred with all-wheel drive for $259 for 36 months. Or buy with 1.9% APR for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN TN142673. MSRP $37,300. Zero security deposit. 1.9% APR for $28.60 a month per $1,000 financed. Ends 3/31/26.
Hi, I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. You know what's interesting about the words personal injury? The first word is person. And at D'Agostino & Associates, that word means everything. That's because I handpick every person in our firm, from the pleasant professional person who answers your call to the experienced person litigating your case in court. Because every person in my firm is an extension of me. And the only way to exceed our clients' expectations is to deliver the highest level of personal service every single time. And that starts with hiring the right people. You see, we know that every client is a person too. Someone going through the toughest time in their lives and deserves to be more than just a file number. At D'Agostino & Associates, we put the person back in personal injury. So call 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222 and ask for me, John D'Agostino, and let's talk about your case, person to person. D'Agostino, law, bite back.
New year, new season, same goal. Feel good and stay in the game. But if neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica is holding you back, it's time to handle it. I'm Bart Scott, and I'm telling you to call Dr. J. Shaw at Soundwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he specializes in getting people back to living pain-free. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided treatments that work. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Stop playing through pain. Go to SoundwellPain.com. Relief starts today.
Become a Yankees Universe Fan Club member today. Explorer and rookie membership packages are now available. And every Yankees Universe member receives a membership card, 2 tickets to a 2026 Yankees home game, access to a members-only website, and more. Plus, rookie members receive an official New York Yankees t-shirt. And best of all, a portion of every membership supports Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, benefiting pediatric cancer research. Join Yankees Universe today. Visit Yankees.com/universe.
50 years from now, will jeans be wide or skinny? Will email still exist? Will guac still be extra? One thing is certain. If you won the new Millionaire for Life from the New Jersey Lottery today, you'd still be getting $1 million every year for life. That's enough money to say, bring it on, the future. I will have that guacamole at any price.
Play the new Millionaire for Life today. Anything can happen in Jersey. Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now it's time for traffic and Susie Cerrone.
Hey there, guys. Happy first day of spring. A stall on the LIE Eastman at Springfield Boulevard. In the center lane, you're jammed from the Van Wyck. And a stall on the Van Wyck southbound at Jamaica Avenue. That's in the center lane. Inbound George 20 for either deck. Right lane roadwork on the upper till 4:30 and on the lower till about 3:30. Cross Bronx westbound Harble to the outbound George. There's an accident on the upper level underneath the apartments blocking the right lane. Crash in Rochelle Park, 17 north and at Central Avenue. It's in the right lane. 17 north and is jammed from Route 80. We're sponsored by Unbound.org. A girl in Kenya dreams of becoming a doctor. Reach out, change her world. It'll change your own. Unbound.org. I'm Susie Cerrone for 880 ESPN New York.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Adam Schefter here. It's tournament time, when only the most talented teams survive in advance. And whether you're cutting down the nets or cutting through resumes, one thing's clear. The best teams are built with the best people. If you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. Their smart matching technology finds qualified candidates fast. You can add screening questions to get the right applicants and even filter to see who's recently active. Score the best for your team with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg on ESPN New York. Happy Friday. Happy first day of spring.
Yeah, what's so happy about it?
I'm sorry, Alan.
We lost
not a
an
good day.
immortal.
Not a good day for the Finns, for your Finns to be up.
We're down 33 now. All right? This is...
Let's not ignore the song that came in, guys.
Go ahead. Take me through it.
That was Chuck Norris. We lost him today. At the
I didn't know that was
86.
Chuck Norris.
I'm glad somebody noticed.
Well, I didn't know he sang a song.
No, he doesn't sing. He speaks it because
Well,
he's
he
Chuck.
did speak it. Yeah.
And he's the only person that dies, but what is death? He's still with us. He's still walking
when you're
amongst
Chuck?
us.
Yeah.
That's like that was a guy that I thought if he could somebody could live to 130, I thought it would be him. Like Chuck Norris, man. Chuck Norris doesn't die, but I guess when John Wayne died, it was like I guess anybody could die. But and I gotta listen. They've been very good to us, so I
Who's
should
that?
I should be very
Who's
careful.
that now?
Like awful announcing.
Oh,
they had a clickbait thing about Stephen A. Smith says that Bruce Lee was bigger than Chuck Norris. And so everybody's like ripping, like on the day that he dies, you got to say that. If you watch the video, which is 3 minutes long, he waxes poetic about how great Chuck Norris is. And like in the middle of it, he does say, if I had to say who was better, I would probably say I would probably say that Bruce Lee was better, but still. And that's the clickbait you use, one little kind of throwaway line, and of course everybody reacts like, how dare Stephen A. Smith on the day that Chuck Norris dies, compare him to Bruce Lee. That's not what happened. Can people just click on the videos, please? And if you're not going to click on the video, don't respond.
But that's awful announcing. That's what they do. That is.
But it's also what we do, though. What too many humans do. We are an expert at reading headlines and turning them into opinions, rather than getting the context.
But here's the thing.
It's the most maddening thing about our society and what social media has created is this whole notion that I have the comfort of opinion without the discomfort of research.
But I wish there was a way, guys. I wish there was a way. You know what? I wish X would spend time, trying to get this social media right. Like it's clickbait,
drop a
right?
note to Elon. He'll take care of it.
He'll work on it.
I'm sure I would get on
He'll get right under the hood.
Because what is the term clickbait? Is to get you to click.
Yeah.
That's right.
But
Why won't you just click?
unfortunately, people are not clicking. They're just looking at the headline and then responding to the social media. So it's not really even working because if it did click, you'd read the article,
No, Don.
you'd watch
it works.
the video.
No, they don't need you to watch the video. Awful Announcing wants you to read their tweet. That's all they need.
No,
they want the impressions on the tweets.
That's all.
They don't need you. Why do they need you to watch the ESPN?
Can we
clip?
though? Can we take a moment?
I'm not clicking on the article. I'm just looking at it and then responding to the tweet. I'm sorry.
That helps impressions.
I just want us to, instead of putting energy into something as just, again, menial as this, how about instead, since you mentioned it, Don, how about we look at some of the best Chuck Norris jokes about his death that we can have here?
Oh.
He didn't die. He just kicked death out and took his job. How about this one?
Reaper.
He didn't die. He won at life and retired from it. The Chuck Norris jokes and the memes and all that stuff about him, they'll live forever, right? And it's the best thing about it.
Yeah, man. Dude, Chuck Norris, it has been famous like the last 30 years. He's continued, maybe really 22, like since social media got big. He's continued to be huge with no work.
No.
Young people don't know one thing of his.
No.
It's not about that.
No,
it's like
the
his
jokes.
brand is forever. It's not.
Yeah, total Jim in this.
I don't think I can name anything Chuck Norris except Walker, Texas Ranger.
But I never saw a second of it.
Never. Not a second.
I'm 58
no idea.
years old. I love the guy. Never saw him fight. Never watched a movie he was in. Never watched a second of Walker, Texas Rangers. I love the guy, but Peter's right. He just took on a life of his own without really anybody knowing the body of work because he
didn't need it.
Cool. And
here's another good one, boys. When he was born, Chuck Norris drove his mother home from the hospital. This is why, let's celebrate a life, right? Let's celebrate the life. He doesn't flush the toilet. He scares the crap out of it. These are awesome.
I think he carried his own casket to the gravesite.
He actually dug his own grave and then laid in it.
I saw that today. It's a life well lived. 86 years old. But
God bless. Yeah.
I just saw the awful announcing, and I said, and again, we're guilty of it too here when we do it. But the idea though is to take something that actually was said in the spirit in which it was said and make it the headline. That's what you wish. But I just thought that headline was not at all the theme of the 3-minute video or what Stephen A. was going to say. But unfortunately, 95% read the headline and then think Stephen's a bad guy for what he said. And he did say it, but you needed context there before you would have it pass any kind of negative judgment on it.
We're down 38.
And early on, folks, I got breaking news here. Early on, the number 15 seed, Marco's Satan Johns.
Let's go.
Up 65-35
Let's
on
go.
Richard's Udeki Udoko.
Holy cannoli.
So, we said Holy Cannoli's still in the dance as well. That's exactly right.
I'm here for Marco.
I took that sticker, by the way.
Oh, yes.
It's in my bag. It's in my bag for Marco.
Yeah.
That was nice over at Calandras.
Calandras, yeah. It's great.
That was a great line from...
That's right.
Down 35.
It was
a great 40 to go.
If
Come
you
on,
saw
boys.
it, they've got wings. The cannolis, the holy cannolis.
Yeah.
I got news for you, Alan.
What?
Covering's not in the cards either.
Yeah.
Damn it. We can't even have that. Can we? I thought, you know what? There's some honor in losing by less than 25. All right, there's some honor in that. Come on.
Man, this is why people love this tournament, though. It's tough, man. Wright State at
Malachi
the under
Davis,
8,
their best
they're
player,
fighting.
1 for 9. Brutal.
Wright State is hovering with Virginia down 6, but it's just tough for these dogs, man, to survive an entire game against these big program teams.
We
with
saw it
bigger,
last night.
Better players.
We saw UNC. Couldn't do it. Got knocked out.
Yeah, man.
That was an amazing game.
This is what makes it one of the most compelling things in all of sports. Now, Michael would probably get on the radio and say, can't hold a candle to the WBC. Just look at the number.
Can't hold it. Come on, do you ever see a pitch out? You ever see a pitcher step off and throw to first? Come on.
The 1-2 low.
Foul back.
I mean, I don't like these conversations because it creates this motivation to disparage one, right? Instead of just talking up one, you have to knock the other one down, which now you become the hater because of what you say. But when you make statements like this, I feel like it's still beauty's in the eye of the beholder when it comes to what you think about a sport. And the closer you are to it, of course, the more you're going to think it's better. That's how you're supposed to feel.
Yeah, because that's the thing is that, listen, my favorite sport's hockey. Football is very, very close. All right, and I love baseball and basketball. That would probably be the list if I were to give my top 4.
Yeah.
All right. And Michael's is baseball, and yours is yours basketball or hockey, Alan?
Hockey's my first. Basketball's it's my job. But
Peter,
but hockey, I love hockey. I'll watch hockey all day long.
Football clearly is number 1 for Peter, and I would think basketball is number 2.
At its best, basketball is 2.
And so everybody's got their favorites and all that. But when I was growing up, I loved all the sports, really did. And I had friends that loved all the sports. And when you turned on SportsCenter, all the sports got their equal due. And the newspapers treated them pretty much the same. And there was no, I have to defend my sport. But now when you got in the ratings, they did the analytics, and they realized, well, this sport's more popular than this sport, they're more popular than this sport. And when you have places like us at ESPN that have put football and basketball on a bigger stage, you feel as a hockey fan and a baseball fan especially, those two sports, that you've got to have, like, I wish you loved the sport like I do moments. Like, why don't you love the sport like I do? Why can't it just be enough for you to like it And believe me, we live in a world where you're not bereft of chances to watch. All the games are on, right? The coverage is there for you with social media and the internet. So it's not like you can't find interesting topics and all that, and the sports are covered. Why do you care what other people think? Why does it matter? Why does your sport have to be the best? Does that make you feel special that your sport's number one or your sport's better than the other guy's sport? I love hockey. If nobody else loves it, boy, they're really spending a lot of money on just me. I really appreciate it. Gary, thank you so much that you're sinking these billions of dollars just to entertain me. But does it, at the end of the day, does it really matter? Oh, God, March Madness, it's the greatest thing ever. Nothing is even close. How dare you even say that Thursday and Friday isn't the greatest sporting? All right, to you, maybe it is. And to a large segment of the population, it is. And for some, it's the Super Bowl. Or for some, it's the Masters. And for some, it might be bowling. Why do you find your own self-worth based on what other people think about what you like? Why do we do that? I do it. I do with hockey. I get defensive. I take it personal. Why?
I understand it. You take it personal because it's something you love, and someone's trying to convince you, or others are saying that it's not as great as you think it is, and that you feel a certain way. But I also think it's something as simple as this: when you hear it said enough, it becomes annoying, and you want to say it to knock it down. Like I think it's really about how annoying it is. Because really, why do you care of someone's opinion? Who cares? Oh, yeah, you think it's the best fun. Good for you. But if enough people say it, you're kind of getting annoyed now, right? It bothers you. So that you need to fight back. Let me come up with some stats. Let me prove that you're wrong because I'm tired of you saying it. It's bothering me that you're saying it, rather than you keep wasting your breath, but it doesn't matter. It's not going to change how I feel. See, to me, if an opinion changes your mind or changes or makes you suddenly think something you loved is no longer as valuable than isn't as valuable as you thought it was because you didn't think that way, that's a strong opinion. But if you can't do that, then who cares what they're saying?
But are you suggesting that if your sport's the best, that I don't know why people don't think this is the best. Like, how do you even argue with me? Are you saying that if it wasn't the best, you wouldn't be interested in it? That if it wasn't the most popular, you wouldn't be interested in it? So are you a leader or a follower? It sounds like you're a follower to me.
Oh, that's a good one.
Everybody loves the Thursday and Friday. I could take it or leave it, but everybody else loves it. So I'm gonna love it too because I want to be like everybody else. I don't care how many people watched the Stanley Cup Final. I enjoyed it. I watched every game. I cared about it. I knew a lot of other people that cared. I don't care that you don't care. But for some reason, there's this insecurity of, well, maybe I shouldn't be watching this because all my friends say they don't watch it. Well, come on, man. Be independent. Be self.
I agree there, but I will add this as I tell you that Hofstra's up 5.
There you go.
23-18 on Alabama.
Hey, we got something.
That's not nothing. I will say, though, Don, that because it goes beyond sports. If there's a streaming series that everybody's talking about and you haven't seen it yet, aren't you compelled? Everybody's telling you how great it is. You're kind of compelled to, well, I'm watching this series, but everybody's talking about this, and I don't want to miss out, or I want to be part of the conversation because there's times where, like you guys were talking about a movie yesterday I hadn't seen. I just, not that it was personal, I didn't care, but I had nothing to add to the conversation, so I was left out. Like, I'm not part of this. Well, it does compel you to say, well, if people really love this thing, maybe I need to get into it too so I can talk about it.
Well, you're getting into something specific. I'm just talking about that would be, but my argument would be if somebody said, well, if you're not streaming, you're a moron. you got to be watching all of these streaming shows. Like, I'm just talking about the broad picture. I'm not talking about one specific game or one specific moment. I'm just talking about all of the sport or the entire tournament. I just think that we all feel, I think this is the way in politics, I think it's like religion, that we feel like the more people that agree with us, the stronger we feel. Be strong with yourself. This is how I feel. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Be the beacon of your own life.
1-800-919.
Pretty deep, man.
Yeah, you're going pretty deep. 1-800-919-3776. Drop Madness continues this conversation. We have a Fraud Alert Friday at 4:30, folks. ENN at 6 o'clock. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
Up 10.
5th-seeded St. John's kicks off their March Madness tournament in San Diego against 12th-seeded Northern Iowa. Coverage begins today at 7 on 1050 ESPN.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Score up to a $50 bonus bet daily during March matchups with BetMGM's free-to-play fast break game. Log in to BetMGM, play as the point guard, and choose to pass or go for a dunk. If you score, you'll win either a $50 bonus bet or boost token. The ball is always in your court with BetMGM, where you can take advantage of special offers and earn rewards points on every bet. Make a fast break during March matchups by playing as the point guard for your daily shot at a $50 bonus bet or boost token. BetMGM.com is where you can find full prize details and terms. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age to wager and physically present in New York only. New and existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Additional terms and restrictions may apply. All rewards expire in 24 hours.
Empower. Ellie here is getting the sleeve she's always dreamed of. She worked with Empower and planned for her next move, so she got good at money. Now she can be a little bad. Oh, by the way, you spelled journey wrong. No worries. She can afford the cover-up, too. Ooh, check out my tat. It says, invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John always listens to his truck. So when his brakes start talking, he goes to AutoZone, where a helpful AutoZoner gets him the right parts. If John has time to put them in, he borrows a kit with Loan-A-Tool. And if he doesn't, he gets a free shop referral. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool. Restrictions apply.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
Join DiPietro and Rothenberg Thursday, April 23rd for a special couch cast of Round 1 of the NFL Draft, presented by Calandra's Bakery. The Jets and Giants have 3 picks in the top 16, and Rick and Dave will react live as the first round unfolds. From the big decisions to the big-time drama. Catch it all in this YouTube-only exclusive, and it's all from Calandra's Bakery and your home for football talk, ESPN New York.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-90 Turbo Select with all-wheel drive for $279 for 36 months. Or buy with 1.9% APR for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN T1362010. MSRP $40,680. Zero security deposit. 1.9% APR at $28.60 per month. $1,000 financed. Ends 3/31/26.
And Don, if you don't mind, I'd love to give you a little game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey.
Love it.
It's game time.
It's Tully time.
Knicks Nets like you dream about with coverage immediately following us on 880 at 7 o'clock.
No one
I'm
dreams.
good.
St. John's tipping off March Madness against Northern Iowa with coverage on 1050 at 7.
You.
That's a friend.
God bless you.
And the Diablos are in Washington without Don LaGreca, sadly, facing the Caps at 7 o'clock. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly.
I should have just went for it and said I'm going, but I was so sick. But now I feel good.
Don, you're doing you did the right thing.
I don't like to miss games.
I get it.
Yeah.
How many games have you missed, Alan, because you're sick?
This season?
Any time.
Oh, yeah. I've had a couple of times where I've had to miss a game.
Okay.
Yeah,
but it's not often, I bet.
It's thankfully.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, or this is for Micah.
Oh, a touching Instagram post from Bruce Lee on the passing of Chuck Norris.
I'm better than you. Ha 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 ha.
No, it just says rest in peace.
From Bruce Lee?
Well, it's from his account, yes.
Well,
Bruce Lee
another
has
guy that's not supposed to die.
Bruce Lee has 12.4 million followers.
But wait a minute.
It's run by his daughter, Shannon Lee.
Okay, because,
yeah, exactly.
I don't want to say it, but we all know, unless he's tweeting from the beyond.
Well, if anybody could, it would be those two.
It could be him, yeah.
Right. Let's close out the hour talking to Moose in Jamaica. Who wants to get some Knicks talk in? What's up, Moose?
Why not? Big game.
What's going on, fellas? How are we?
Hey.
I hear that. Yeah. So I did some personal research based on what you guys were talking about yesterday when it comes to the Knicks' remaining schedule, Boston's remaining schedule, and Detroit's remaining schedule, knowing Cade Cunningham's injury. Now, playing the win-loss, loss-loss, win-win, that game in my head, looking at the schedule, I figured since the Pacers game 2-3 weeks ago, they can finish the season either 21-8 or 22-7, depending on the run that Boston finishes up with the 7th most difficult schedule, and Detroit, maybe not performing to its capabilities, even though they're deeper now since the trade.
Yeah.
So I give the Knicks like a 30% chance to maybe finish with the best record in the East if things fall into place. I don't know. I'm trying to be hopeful for Knicks fans. They could steal the home court advantage throughout the East and make it to the finals. It's a possibility.
Well, Alan, you said that Detroit's record, was 5-2 without Cunningham this year?
Yep. And now it's 6-2.
Right, 6-2. And then a 30% chance seems right.
To win the East?
Yes. Is that too high?
20
key word there.
Yeah, 20%.
Okay.
So 10,000 simulations per day done by Basketball Reference. 10,000 per day. The Knicks are at 21% to get out of the conference. Their average win total is 52.9. So, yeah, no, it's.
So what you're saying is if Moose had a dime bag, right?
I like the comp you're doing here.
You're probably only going to get like about half of a nickel bag chance. A little bit over half a nickel bag chance.
Probably.
Of finishing with the best record. You're saying it'll be probably a lot less than half.
Lot less. Speaking of dime, by the way, did you know our lovely and talented Gina, who works with us, right? Does a lot of our socials and all the things she does for us, right?
Sure.
I learned something today. She has a Danny Dimes tattoo.
I did not know that.
Yeah, but it's a dime, literally, like 10 cents.
Right.
And she got it after the playoff win.
Oh dear God.
In Minnesota. So I was hearing this and I thought it's so brilliant because she's going to now turn it into an Eli Manning tattoo by just putting a heart over the cent sign, which is very smart.
But was it a profile of Daniel Jones in the
No. It's actually a coin, 10 cents. So it has a 10 on it.
Was she high?
But I found it to be like a brilliant way to fix a problem.
Oh, no,
Not many
definitely.
times when you get a
Fix the problem.
tattoo can you fix it easily. This is
listen.
a brilliant thing. So when you said dime, I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. The Danny Dime story. Blew my mind.
But that's a little early in the process, no? I mean, you got to see how
she
this...
was quite excited about the potential
It sounds
of Danny
like
Dimes.
it. It sounds like it.
Yeah, she was very fired up.
Now, did I tell you that Peter and I saw a doppelganger of Daniel Jones last Friday?
No.
At the Irish Exit? Peter, I should have taken a picture.
Oh, it was nutty.
You
it was
thought
straight up
him?
nutty.
That's crazy.
Like a miniature. It was a miniature. He was like
Right.
Danny Nichols. I mean, he was a miniature.
If he was taller, you might have thought possibly it was him.
Wow. That's
but
impressive.
he would need to have been like 5 inches taller and broader. Like Danny Dimes is a pretty big guy in real life.
He's 6'5".
Obviously.
Yeah, he's a big dude. Yeah.
And his hands are like oven mitts. This kid wasn't that, but he really did. It was.
Wow.
It was wacky, man. You know what's weird? I actually have a tattoo. Not a lot of people know this. Of Daniel Jones, and in the tattoo of Daniel Jones, he has a tattoo of Rex Ryan.
Oh boy.
Who has a tattoo of Mark Sanchez?
Wow.
It's deep, Don. There's layers to these failed New York football tattoos. Okay. You got to keep going. It's layers and layers and layers of failed football in one
I want to
tattoo.
know when is Don putting the last Stanley Cup number on his leg?
You're going great point.
That's what I want to know.
I don't know if I said this on the air, but one of the things that was talked about, and I shut it down,
was
that they do it while I'm calling a game.
That would hurt.
Yeah, we talked about that.
I
wouldn't do that.
There's no way I could do that.
No, but you should do it maybe between periods.
What Don suggested was he also hang upside down and sharks were under him. Then he would do it.
Right. And then he's shot with a BB gun in the face.
Listen, look, anything
Just for fun.
Anything for promotion. I think it would be brilliant of you when the season's over to have it done so that, now you bring it all together. And what you also say is now there's one more space for the next one.
There you go.
And they're all fired up. Yeah, Donnie.
The opening day, people were showing their tattoos. They did a thing during the commercial break, but they taped before the game showing mine. And then it went out, and you'd see me, and I was pumping my fist. That was pretty cool.
You're missing 03, though, right?
I'm missing 03, yes.
So Dano wore the 03 ring on Wednesday night. He was very proud of it. He said because it was the last one, it meant the most to him. They all mean something, but he said because he knew that day at 38 years old, like he knew this is the right way to just walk away. I can walk away a winner. Like he was getting emotional about it, telling me the story.
Well, listen, we got to walk away and take this break, and we'll continue it on the other side. A big 4 o'clock hour, Fraud Friday coming up. It's DHR on ESPN New York.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
Attention New York Verizon mobile customers. Score a massive win with award-winning Fios Home Internet for an incredible $20 a month guaranteed for 3 years. Switch today for savings you can count on. Call 1-800-VERIZON now. For new Fios customers with AutoPay, mobile and home discount enrollment required. 3-year price guarantee applies to the Fios-based monthly rate only. Additional terms apply.
Hi, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I've talked about how a construction accident took my father's leg. The heavy prosthetic he wore looked nothing like the high-tech limbs we have today. It was crude wood and metal, held together by bolts that dug into his skin and left painful ulcers. But the thing I remember about my dad is how he never complained. He put on his prosthetic leg and he went to work. He coached my baseball teams, danced, sang karaoke, and even loved to travel. He may have limped, but he always held his head up high and he lived with dignity. At D'Agostino & Associates, I spent over 35 years building a law firm that helps accident victims and those in need of their Social Security disability benefits. We fight till our clients get the money and dignity they deserve. So call us today at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. So don't tell me personal injuries aren't personal. I know what they can cost a family. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back.
Do you read more about your team in the off-season than in the season? Does your game day outfit include a brown bag with eye holes? Then you may be a fan of a BST or bad sports team. Luckily, when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive, you're protected. Because seeing your painted face in the rearview mirror after a loss isn't just depressing. It's distracting. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Covered subject to policy terms. Not available in all states or situations.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York. And should we do it? Should I hit you with a little bit of a tournament update?
I think so.
A lot going on.
Yeah, why not? It's brought to you by Schweppes. As Alan just mentioned, a lot of action going on and has already gone on today. At this moment, Hofstra's up 30-25 on Alabama late in the first half. Iowa State is doing dirty things to Tennessee State. 53-26. Kentucky wins in a thriller. Classic ending, 89-84. Who is this one? I don't even know what is that Texas Tech. Oh, the old Bobby Knight vehicle. The Red Raiders of Texas Tech beat Arkansas 91-71. Arizona dog-walked our guy, Rod Strickland and LIU, 92-58. Not a cover in sight. Sorry, Alan Hahn. UVA gets by Wright State 82-73. And as Alan mentioned, later on tonight, big games including St. John's in action just after 7 o'clock. That is your tournament update. Presented by Schweppes. Schweppes delivers above-the-rim refreshment, feel the madness, and refresh your game with a Schweppes Seltzer or Schweppes Ginger Ale as we are back on 880 like we're supposed to be, folks.
I'd like to hear that again at the start of ENN. That was
doing dirty things.
Doing dirty things.
No, I don't know if I should
Filthy,
say her name.
nasty things.
Because she's since married, since she made this comment, so she didn't say it on the air. So, but she was a big fan of Henrik Lundqvist, and she said, and I got it, but it was very funny. When she's like, "I would do terrible things to him."
Who said that?
I can't say.
No,
I don't think I'm not comfortable.
Don't reveal that. Yeah,
because she's married now. You could figure it out, Peter, but I'm not going to say.
Oh, I do know.
Said,
I mean, everyone could figure it out.
Well, then they could figure it out on their own, but she did say that. And she might have said it on the air, too, but it's not for me to say. It's not for me to say.
I think I do. I think I actually do remember that. Now, I wanted to play you guys something interesting, interessante, if you will. Not where we thought we were going right now, but, hey, where are we going? It's spring. The tournament's going on. The Knicks play the Nets like you nightmare about tonight.
Oh, my gosh.
Let's hear from... Let's hear from Geno Smith. Some thoughts about what he expects from the Jets.
I'm so excited. I feel like it's kind of God putting me back in a place where, it was the start of my career, but it was somewhere where I felt like I didn't do enough. Like I felt like I left some unfinished business. Like I didn't get to show them the real me. You know what I mean? On and off the field, I didn't get to really do what I wanted to do in the city. We talk about the stuff hanging out, going to 44, that's whatever. I'm talking about really being the quarterback and how special it would be for Coach Glenn and myself to revive the franchise, get it going back in the right direction, win a bunch of games. That's what success looked like to me. me is straight winning. I don't care about nothing else but winning. So when it comes down to it, win a bunch of games, trying to get that Lombardi, I gotta hoist that trophy. That's why I'm still playing. You know, it's not a money thing, it's not an ego thing. It's I really want to be a champion, man, before I, call it quits. And so I'm giving everything I got, to the city. I'm giving everything I got to the Jets, to my teammates, to Coach Glenn, to Woody, you know what I mean? Everything I got to, Florham Park. I know it's gonna be a great thing because I have more perspective, a better perspective. I'm obviously a better player. Brandon used to tell me all the time, when you get it up top, when you get it mentally, you're gonna take off. And I can honestly remember when I got it mentally, I was like, man, I feel like I know what I'm doing now.
All right,
for me,
play him
going back
out.
to New York City, playing for the Jets.
Bless his
Take
heart.
a breath, man.
Bless his heart, though.
Yeah, by the way, he's excited, Don. He literally can't
does
stop
sound
talking.
Genuinely excited.
And listen, we had a cut like a week ago where I thought he was talking about, building up my numbers and then maybe possibly moving on. Not that he said that, but just like he didn't make it seem like it was long-term with the Jets, just like kind of long-term good for his career. But he was very specific in that cut about it happening here.
Yeah.
Sounds like a guy that wants to have a big season this year, extend here, and have it work here. The prodigal son returning and bringing a trophy. I dig it. I mean, it's a pipe dream because there's so much work to be done beyond him playing well. But I love the attitude. I would think that would fire me up if I'm a Jet fan, knowing that my quarterback cares and wants to make it work beyond this year. He doesn't sound to me like a bridge quarterback, even though he is. But isn't that a good – Alan, you're the Jet fan. Did that fire you up?
No, it doesn't fire me up. It's
he's just dead inside.
I appreciate his enthusiasm. I think he doesn't understand. Like they'll give him the script at some point. But I can't feel right now, Don. Whatever he's feeling, I'd like to know what that feels like, but I don't have it.
But
I don't have it.
I'm not telling you to believe it. I'm just telling you, or what I would be if I were a Jet fan. It's like, all right, cool. He's coming in with the right attitude. We know he has ability. Guy threw for 4,000 yards twice in the last 4 years. A Jet hasn't done that in 49 years.
Mm-hmm.
Championship talk, that just seems a bit ridiculous. But you got to like the attitude. Doesn't sound like, all right, I'm here. All right, whatever. I'm bridge quarterback. I'll help out the guy that's coming after me, and then I'm gone. Build up my numbers and go someplace else. Have a guy come here talking about winning here. I guess I can't tell you how to feel, but I'd be at least, a little excited that they got a player that wants to be here. Isn't that the first step, guys, is having a guy that wants to be here?
He wants to be here. Remember, they had the trade for him to make sure he wanted to be here.
Well, now you're ruining it with facts.
I'm sorry.
There's no need. There's no need to ruin
I'm trying to
things
figure
with
out what you like. Honestly, because I'm trying to figure. I was on with Rick and Dave this morning, and it's like I'm caught up in this. I don't know what you want me to do. Like Dave's already predicting a Super Bowl for the Giants in 5 years. Right? He does the 65 or sooner. Super Bowl 65 or sooner.
Well,
that's what he believes.
But I think
and he's going to say that with his chest. What do you want me to say? They're going to make the playoffs hopefully before 2030? I don't know.
Again, small victories. I'm being honest. I mean, I've rooted for teams where you weren't a destination. All right? And certainly we know the facts are they had to trade for him because he was probably going to sign someplace else.
Right.
But he's here, and we've seen guys come here, and it just seems like it's fluff, it's garbage. It feels like, hey, I genuinely have a chip on my shoulder. I'm here. This might not necessarily have been the destination when it ended in Vegas of where I wanted to go.
Right.
But you know what? I failed here. I've got a chance to make up for that. He sounds like he's fired up to make it work.
It could be a great story.
Beyond this year. Do I think it's going to work? No. But if I'm a Jet fan, here's a guy that maybe he didn't necessarily want to be here, but now that he's here, he's embracing it, and he's fighting to see if it could be on this year instead of just going through the motions. Because you know damn well if they got Kirk Cousins, it would have been okay, great. He would have said some nice things, and he'd have wanderlust the second he got here, waiting for the season to end so he can go someplace else.
Yeah.
Build up his numbers and try to make some money someplace else.
Yeah.
This sounds like a guy that if he does have a Ryan Fitzpatrick-esque type of season, he might be a guy that might want to stick around.
Well, I think he's trying to put roots down somewhere because he hasn't been able to do that, right? And so maybe that's what he's thinking. I don't know. Like it would be a great story. It does have great story potential. But the Jets are always like this in the offseason.
Yeah,
The Jets are one of the great fairy tales in the history of the NFL. Because it really is during the days of fiction, there's so many things that you can say about them and dream about them. But then when we get to nonfiction, it's the reality bites.
I know, but you're digging a little too deep because I don't think it's that big of a deal. But I look at it this way: you love the blood in the ground. Rodgers didn't have blood in the ground. Rodgers was using the Jets for his own legacy. He didn't care about the Jets. The Jets were the one place he was able to go.
The Jets
really
were using him for this. The Jets were using him for the same reason.
It was an arranged marriage.
Yes.
Both were trying to get something out of it. Didn't have any long-term value, but both were in it.
Kawhi Leonard. It was Kawhi Leonard, and I would have taken it.
Exactly. But to a lesser, if they had gotten Cousins, if they had gotten Kyler Murray, if they had gotten, even though it makes everybody sick, Carson Wentz.
Right.
These would be guys, in my opinion, that would come here not caring about the Jets.
Yeah.
Just build up my numbers and then get the hell
Get me
out
of here. Yeah.
Here's a guy, because he failed here, I feel it's genuine that he's a guy that wants to make it work. Yeah, he wants to build up his numbers. And heck, he might build up his numbers and the Jets not want him back. But he's going to build up his numbers with the intent to try to stay here.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of cool. Is it the coolest thing that's going to happen to you today? No, but I just think it's kind of cool.
It's better than LIU losing by 35.
There you go.
I'll give you that. But look, I'm not trying to say that it's not a good story or an interesting story. It's just one of those things. How old is he going to be again? 36?
36.
Yeah, he's 36.
Yeah. So, I love the old line, like he's not going to buy green bananas. Like, this is a guy that, like, he wants to be here long term because, of course, he does. But if you're the Jets, you're not investing in him going forward. You can't. Seattle didn't invest in him going forward.
But is it possible that if you get Simpson at 16?
That, yes. Now we're talking.
That now Geno's playing well, I don't have to play Ty. And then maybe I go into a second season where Smith starts again, and I could be really cool with this guy. Instead, like I said, little victories. When you're the Jets, they're little victories.
It's all you can do, because the problem a lot of times when you haven't made the playoffs in 16 years is you're trying to turn it into one big victory that cleans. Like, you're never going to wash away 16 years in one swoop. The Rodgers move was this attempt to eliminate what at that time, what I believe was 14 years, all in one swoop by winning a Super Bowl out of the, like, just boom, like right out of the gate, because you brought this guy in and he talked about the lonely Lombardi.
Yeah.
And that was something that I think we all fell in love with. But the realization is you can't do it that way. It's got to be piece by piece. But we've waited so long, you don't want to do it piece by piece. It needs to be an immediate impact. You got to draft the guy that's going to change your fortunes overnight. And unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. If Geno's a bridge and Ty Simpson becomes a guy that you're allowed to develop, and Darren Muji becomes a GM that suddenly we're talking about in the same breath as a Howie Roseman, just knows what to do and how to build a team, then then I'll feel good. But I'm at that point now as a fan.
Let me just say this.
I got to see it I can't believe it before I see it now. I can't.
Let me just say this. I without getting too much into it, can we just be happy though that whether it turns into more or more likely doesn't, you're going into a season, and this was not a guarantee at all, with a guy who has blood in the ground, who has something to prove, who at the very least, if you are a hardcore fan of this football team, cares, wants to be there, is going to give 100%, and wants the year to be meaningful. Without getting into the whole back and forth about whether they should be winning, what they shouldn't, do they get Ty Simpson, you got a guy who wants to be here, who's been decent over the last few years. Don, he's shown, knock on wood, I don't think he'll show up and get hurt the first game and be out for the year. You got a productive guy who's going to play. I think for Jets fans, that's a little something.
It's a little something. And there's also a lot of reasons why people buy in Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection.
I don't know if it worked, but I'm here for it.
It was an effort.
I'm not sure.
But 2026 Mazda CX-50.
Oh, no. Whoa.
With all-wheel drive. For $259 for 36
You did 20?
months.
We'll get a 20.
It's weird. When I laugh, I cough. It's weird. Or buy.
Oh,
1.9.
Oh, no, he's licking it like it's ice cream.
For 36 months. Start shopping now. RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN TN142. 673 MSRP $37,300. Zero security deposit, 1.9% APR at $28.60 per month. $1,000 finance ends 3/31/26. Probably the right call not to do the game tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go to the phone lines, 1-800-919-3776. You know it's a Friday, so wherever you want to go today, we got Fraud Friday coming up. Maybe you have fraud questions you want to get in. Feel free to call with those or send them, dhrespn@gmail.com. But let's go to our buddy Danny on Long Island. What's up, Danny?
A couple of things. I got a fraud, but first of all, when I woke up this morning, I thought March Madness was going to be about basketball, but then I watched Rickleball, and Rick played it blue would be an understatement. The amount of four-letter words yelling out of his mouth after every lost point was unbelievable. I had to turn the volume down at work because people were looking at me, what's going on there? And then when the game is over, Rick's kids are there.
Oh,
you think they haven't heard that?
No. Milo's got a potty mouth? No.
Oh no! Listen, it's just watch the first game to get a good flavor of it because it was wild. And Dave,
you sound disappointed.
Well, I thought Dave's like on this. To me, Rick's on the side of the Wheaties box. I mean, he's Mr. America. I mean, I know he has a little mature. But this was out of control. But I would like to call Allen out, but maybe a little bit of fraud zone if I could.
Okay.
Minor league, nothing serious. Now, we had a list on Wednesday. It was a difficult list. It was top chokers in sports.
Right.
And, we had guys like Jim Kelly, which is all questionable because he got to 4 Super Bowls, and then he didn't win any, but some of them weren't his fault.
Okay.
But the one that became a little fraudulent is when you mentioned the goalie, Roberto Luongo, and I don't know enough about him, but I looked it up. And then, because he won gold medals, but he didn't win a cup. But then another caller said, well, then what about Henrik? And you said no. So I think that's just because you know him, or because he's on the same team as us. So a little bit of fraudulent. I don't think either one of them are chokers.
No.
Just because you don't win a championship doesn't make you a choker.
Yeah,
I'll let Allen defend himself.
The only, and I accept the charges. I'll put it that way. I accept the charges. I think what I was trying to say about Henrik was they don't even like their trip to that final was on his back. And that's why it's hard to say the guy, failed.
Well, I don't think either one of them could be characterized as chokers. But I'm not saying you were wrong about either.
And I covered the league when he was playing in it. And I knew him a little bit. He wore that for a while. A guy that the goalie that couldn't win big. He was one of the best in the league. Couldn't win big. That hung on him for a while.
I'll give you a good choker, even though he was a great player. Fran Tarkington. 4 Super Bowls, lost badly in each one of them. Well, you can't say that about Kelly. Fran Tarkington, he got the 4 of them, and they lost terribly in each one. He didn't play well.
Kelly had some interceptions at the time, and they didn't score in that 1 in 90 that they should have won. They really didn't score.
Well, we talked about it a few weeks ago on the anniversary of it, where they had the ball 2 minutes and 10 seconds of timeout, 2-minute warning, and only could get them to a 47-yard field goal. That's a bad job.
Yeah.
But Choker's strong. Choker's strong for Luongo, too, if that's your argument.
It wasn't an easy list.
But I know where you're going, but I was listening with the Lundqvist, and I even text you. It was ridiculous because he is the reason the Rangers were even in the conversation of being good.
Right.
The Sports Illustrated had him ranked dead last coming out of the lockout. They got into the playoffs because of him. Take a look at the roster of the team that went to the Stanley Cup Final. Take a look at it, and you tell me if that's a team that was on the cusp of a championship. They were because of him.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have, they had Gabrick. They had nice players. They had good players. They weren't stacked. I mean, the Vancouver, they had the Sedin brothers. They were amazing. They had really good players. So I understand where you're coming from them. But like Lundqvist, no, he was what was it, Anthony? 7-1 in Game 7s. He had unbelievable numbers in the playoffs. He carried those teams that were good teams and made them great because of him. There's no way he's a choker. No way. I understand goalies are like quarterbacks. How do you put him in the Hall of Fame? He doesn't have a cup. But if he was on any other team, man, if he was on Dallas, if he was on some of those Chicago Blackhawk teams, he'd have 3, 5, 6 cups maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So, no,
it wasn't an easy – I mean, we did it off the cuff, and it wasn't an easy one to do.
No,
and so we were
really
we were spitballing. We were spitballing.
And I thought we hit some good stuff.
The one I text you, Alan, was Greg Maddux.
Yes.
Greg Maddux is considered one of the greatest pitchers ever. Over 350 career wins. He won 1 championship, and that was in '95 with the Braves. 14 straight division title. He was on amazing teams. Take a look at his numbers in the postseason. Not great.
Yeah.
Not great at all considered. Now, I understand your regular season numbers are always going to be better than the postseason because you play better teams.
Yes.
But for a legend, he did not have great numbers in the postseason. So if you wanted to put him on the list, I'd understand.
And the other guy, because once we got into – because at first, when I was doing it, I was removing anyone who won a championship because I felt like once you did that, the weight's off, right? Because that was the whole thing with Judge. But then other names started coming up, and somebody brought up Rodgers, which later in his career, and the other one that came up was Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah.
And there's a guy that everybody it was that haunted him his whole career until the very end when he finally
got one.
Was
the
able to
the
break
mic
through.
One for me was Manning. Like Peyton Manning was because you had a caller.
Peyton was,
and I thought about it. I was like, he's got 2 Super Bowls, but he was a passenger on the one in Denver.
Yep.
Lucked out to take on Rex Grossman and the Chicago Bears in the other one.
Yes.
And this was because I grew with Peter. He was a better regular season quarterback than Tom Brady. He put up like numbers
physically
like
more
Superman.
talented.
Like
physically,
it was like a
Superman
video game
games.
with him. A video game.
Yeah.
And then come postseason time, man, and a lot of that had to do with the
owned
fact,
him.
Yeah.
And also
head-to-head?
dome quarterback having to play in Foxborough in the snow, I think hurt them too.
Mm-hmm.
But again, a lot like Greg Maddux, has a championship, in Manning's case 2, but the numbers from regular season to postseason, major dip.
Yeah.
Let me see. Hold on. No, I guess you're right. It says no. It says Peyton actually won the series in the playoffs. So I guess it's more that they didn't. This is AI, so it could be just dead wrong, and they don't even know who Tom Brady is. But it says Brady was 2-3 against Manning in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think that's accurate.
That's
overall.
Right?
Brady was 11-6.
But overall, yeah.
And then
but
the
in the
AFC Conference Championship specifically, actually, Peyton was 3-1 against him. So he actually did make it 3 times to the.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy that it could have only happened that many times too. I guess Brady's run was so long that there were so many different teams he battled with in the AFC. But yeah, when you lived through that time, eye test, Manning was just the best quarterback you saw playing.
Yes.
And then he just doesn't have the championships to match it. I wanted to get to Richard, whose call sounded great, but I have a hunch he'll stay on hold. We get to Fraud Friday next, right here on ESPN New York.
It's Chuck Devine with SnowCountry.com. Amazon Business empowers leaders with smart business buying tools, leaving time to focus on strategy and growth. Visit AmazonBusiness.com. It's that time of year when high-elevation snowstorms zoom in on the mountains and chillier mountain weather extends our ski season at areas like Gore Mountain and Whiteface in the Adirondacks or Killington and Smuggler's Notch in Vermont. Close to home, it's spring skiing with snow that softens when temperatures rise during the day, and Camelback made snow this week to reinforce their cover. 18 trails and 20 snow tubing lanes. Mountain Creek, New Jersey has action on their South Peak. Mount Peter's back for one more weekend in southern New York, and Thunder Ridge on 15 trails. Southington, Sundown, and Mohawk are all skiing and riding in Connecticut with spring conditions. Hunter and Wyndham up to 3 dozen trails in the Catskills, and Bel Air on 4 dozen. Cross Country World Championships at Lake Placid this weekend with Whiteface on 70 trails.
You don't just ski or ride, you dominate. At Killington, we fuel your adventure. Be the beast. Ski and ride Killington.
Everyone needs to take care of their mental health, even running back Bijan Robinson.
When I'm on the field and feeling the pressure, I usually just take a deep breath. When I'm just breathing and seeing what's in front of me, everything just slows down. It just makes me feel great before I run the play.
Just like Bijan, we all need a strong mental game on and off the field. Make a game plan for your mental health at loveyourmindplaybook.org.
Love your mind.
Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Foundation, the Arthur M. Blank Family Foundation, and the Ad Council.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hardworking, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Gold is now nearly $5,200 an ounce, and silver is at an all-time high. Now is the best time to cash in on your unused gold and silver by going to the Estates Roadshow. Gold and silver, old rings, chains, and even broken jewelry. Don't wait. Cash in while gold and silver are hot. 3 locations this week: Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn and at TMT Cash for Gold locations in Old Bridge and Toms River. Bring your gold, silver, coins, diamonds, and watches, even broken pieces, and get cash on the spot. The prices of gold and silver are at an all-time high, so there's never been a better time to sell. No appointments, no fees, no pressure. Just friendly, professional buyers with over 35 years in the business. Go to the Estates Roadshow Monday through Friday in Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn and Friday through Tuesday in Old Bridge at TMT Cash for Gold, the bright yellow building on Route 9 South, or their Toms River location on Route 37 at the corner of Hooper Avenue. For more info, follow Estates Roadshow on Facebook or go to tmtcashforgold.com.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
Now it's time for traffic with Susie Cerrone.
Hey there, guys. Still some delays at the inbound George. They're wrapping up the upper level road work, and the outbound Holland Tunnel, 40 minutes is stalled, just cleared from the North Tube. Outbound Lincoln, your best bet right now at 20 minutes. Accident on Route 4 westbound at River Road in Teaneck. Some heavy delays there. There's a crash in Kearney on the Turnpike Eastern Spur northbound at 15W in the left lane. Injury accident on the Thruway northbound at exit 13 for the Palisades. You're backed up from exit 8 in White Plains. We're sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, at the forefront of care and research for over 50 years. Learn more. Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. I'm Susie Cerrone for 880 ESPN New York.
During Lowe's Pro Savings Days, save more on what goes into the job. Add power to your lineup with a free DeWalt 20-volt max 5-amp-hour battery when you buy a select DeWalt 20-volt max tool. Plus, get up to 35% off select major appliances from Whirlpool, Maytag, and more. Get the job done right. Keep more in your pocket. That's Pro Savings Days. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 3/27. Selection varies by location. While supplies last.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Did you or someone you know participate in fraudulent fan behavior?
I'm a fraud with a capital F.
Is your friend a fraud?
I have been a complete and utter fraud.
Are you a fraud?
What is fraud?
Let's ask Don McGregor.
Screw! Go scratch yourself!
Brought to you by D'Agostino Law.
D'Agostino. Welcome to Fraud Friday. Brought to you by D'Agostino Law.
D'Agostino.
Judge LaGreca, how you doing?
Terrific. And yourself?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. Alan, how are you?
I'm great. I'm excited for the judge today.
How's Hofstra doing?
It is now a -4, so they're losing by 39-35. We just started the second half. So they had a 10-point lead late in the first half, but whittled that away, and now Alabama trying to take control of this thing. But it will be interesting to watch, so we'll keep an eye on it.
They got the first bucket of the second half.
Yeah.
So there you go. Let's get to it, guys. You can send your emails, dhrespn@gmail.com. Thanks to everyone who's participating, and thanks to everyone who's in our YouTube chat today and who's going to have us hit 30,000 this weekend as the channel continues to grow. We appreciate you guys. Tell a friend and tell a friend.
Hit like, too, by the way.
That's right. pound like, pound subscribe. There's also a hype button that I learned about as well. You didn't know about hype, did you?
No.
Oh, yeah. You
All
can't do it during the live. When the live's over, you can hype something to give it some.
Our audience knows about hemp. But
hemp,
not
the hemp button.
No, yeah. A lot about hemp done. Cannabis, if you will. All right, we have Luke here from
They put the
Tacoma
high
Park,
in hype.
Maryland.
Oh.
I know Tacoma Park very well. Die-hard Seattle sports fan here.
Okay.
Of course.
Born in 2002, with few memories of the Sonics, but it's a very personal issue for me as my mom worked in the mayor's office as it all went down, and we've been doing everything we can to help them come back ever since. With that said, after they left, I became a fan of my dad's Boston Celtics. While I don't love them quite to the level of the Mariners or Seahawks, they've been a big part of childhood and have taken me for quite a ride. With the Sonics appearing to come back soon, I am honestly considering rooting for both teams equally. Am I a fraud? Do I need to pick one? I haven't lived in Seattle for years, so it's not like the Sonics would be the home team that I can go to. Anyways, love the show, guys. Thanks.
I'm curious about this.
Judge is quick today.
Yeah.
He's a little under the weather, but he's ready to go.
He's ready to go. What do we got?
I'm going to say no fraud for now.
D'Agostino.
Because
For now?
Well, because I got to be honest with you, I didn't love that I'm going to root for both equally. Let's see. I can understand moving on to the Celtics because, hey, the Sonics left you. So what are you supposed to just not follow basketball anymore?
Right.
They left.
Right.
And your
That
dad
is
was a
Adorno.
Celtic fan. Listen, you did what you had to do, right? And now you became a Boston Celtics fan, but you said you never really loved them. Now, obviously, if Seattle gets a team back, you should climb right on board with them coming back. And I can understand you still having a soft spot in your heart for the Celtics, but equal, I'd have a problem with equal, but I don't think that'll be the case. I believe that when Seattle gets a team back, he'll be all in and forget about the Celtics. But for now, all bets are off. When a team leaves you, I say no fraud.
What do you think, Alan?
I concur. But you do have to balance it once the Sonics come back. That now I do think you've got to make a choice. I don't think you can have we'd all love to have, one on the West Coast, one on the East Coast, but we can't. You got to pick one.
I'll tell you, I love that city. I'd love them to get a basketball team. I guess they would play where the Kraken play now.
Yeah,
because it's a cool vibe. You've been to
It's
Seattle, right, guys? It's a
Absolutely.
terrific city.
It's
terrific.
I just find it crazy that he's from Washington. Guys, dig this. You ready? Don, light your blunt. You ready?
Yeah.
He's from Washington. He moved to Washington, D.C.
Ooh.
And he lives in Tacoma Park in Washington, D.C.
Wow. That's
Yo, bro. This is crazy, bro.
That just blew my mind, man.
Wow.
Where is he in, the space-time continuum,
Like he's just destined to just live in Washington, no matter where.
Yeah, no matter where he goes. If he were to go to Pennsylvania, he'd be in a town called Washington, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like you can't escape.
If he moved to Florida, it'd be like Yakima, Florida. He'd move to, man.
Yeah, Yakima, dude. I get it, but it's. All right. Ramesh sends us an email. Hey, Ramesh. I'm from Guyana, where cricket is the most popular sport. When I came to the U.S. in 2002, I was 14. I naturally gravitated to the sport involving a bat and a ball.
Sure.
I knew I wanted to pick an NY team, but I didn't know anything about anything. My mom, who's not a sports fan, handed me a keychain with the Yankee logo and said, "Here's the team you should follow."
Oh.
And that's how I became a Yankee fan.
Well, that's pretty good.
I was
You
a
should
major
thank your
Yankees
mother.
fan all through high school, so much so that I had a major falling out with a close friend who was a Red Sox fan during the 2004 choke job. I went to college and lost interest in baseball since I was having fun with, quote, gender studies.
Yeah,
And I couldn't
And weed.
And I couldn't spend 3 hours every day /night behind baseball when I could spend that time behind other more fruitful pursuits. I didn't even watch the 2009
But I love her, man.
I didn't even watch the 2009 World Series.
Oh, dear God.
And then I got into other sports and stopped following baseball altogether. A few years ago, I started to hear the name Judge, and after checking him out, I was hooked again. I was even at Yankee Stadium to watch Game 5 against the Dodgers. So am I a fraud fan or a fair weather fan? Although I would argue my fair weather has been pretty bad, 2004, 2024. That's Ramesh.
Ramesh the fraud.
What?
Oh.
Well, fair weather, but not fraud.
No, fraud. Oh,
What do you mean
goodbye.
fraud?
Listen, he wanted to have other pursuits.
Which he
and
clearly
hopefully,
did.
Hopefully it bared fruit.
It was a fruitful pursuit.
Didn't even watch the 2009 World Series. Last I checked, Alan, it's the last World Series they won.
Yes.
All right?
Yeah.
Oh, but then Judge comes. I'm back in. Goodbye. Who needs you? Fraud.
Wait,
Fair weather
Alan,
fraud.
When Judge it's 8 years
Fraud.
later.
Alan,
Fraud.
I got to tell you, if I'm Ramesh,
yeah.
if Don's going to get upset, and I don't want to have a whole thing here. We know how explosive things can be on Fridays.
We do know
but
this.
I just got to say.
Say it.
If I'm Ramesh, there's no precedent for Don calling this fraud.
There isn't.
No, there's no This is not. He didn't go to another team,
right?
And he didn't come back because they're winning.
No,
he just a player got him interested again. Don, I'd like you to rethink this. Your precedent says that if you don't go to another team, it's not fraud. Your own precedent has said that.
But then he comes back because of Judge, and now he's going to be all in. So he's going to be sitting around. All right, so I'll ask the same question I always ask. So the Yankees win the 2026 World Series. And everybody gets together. They have a bunch of fun. They're at the bars, and they're all telling stories. And then they get to him and say, oh, you know what? I didn't even watch the 2009 World Series. I had other things to worry about.
I was
but
busy.
Then Judge
I was
came
busy.
I'm all back.
I was busy getting my degree in gender studies, okay? I was a little busy.
All right, you can't do two things at once?
Not that.
All right.
Yeah, I for the record, that's such a weak. I managed to do some of my best work while still being fully into sports. I just want to be clear about that.
Hey, listen.
Fully?
You know what I'm saying.
I got a story I'll tell you off the air.
Really?
Oh, well.
Giants Patriots, Sunday Night Football, late 80s.
Late 80s?
Yeah.
Wait,
so,
that's a young Don.
That's a young
Don.
Don.
Well, listen. If you can't do it young, then you can't do it at all. But, no, seriously, that's a fraud to me.
Right.
You can call what you want. Fair weather, like, you can't. Listen, if he just said, listen, I'm just casually back in, in and whatever, I kind of like, stop. I didn't even watch the 2000. Dude, what? Stop it. You can't call yourself a fan, and even if you kind of fall out of it a little bit, we all have our busy times where maybe you can't be all in, watch every inning, watch every game, but didn't even watch the 2009 World Series?
All right, I will disagree, but you make the call. No. I'm disagreeing with it. I might appeal to it. I might go to a different court.
If I were him, I'd look for a different judge, like an appellate
definitely
court.
Appeal.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I would file for appeal.
Maybe a lesser judge will think differently.
It's been done.
Joseph emails and says, good afternoon, Judge LaGreca. The fans are looking for a ruling regarding Richard from Manhattan. He called into the K Show this past Tuesday while Jake Asman was filling in.
I heard this.
Oh?
Richard mentioned that he fell in love with the Venezuela team after their game against Japan. He argued that as a tax-paying citizen and the son of a World War II Marine, the American way is to root for the underdog. Jake took him to task, insisting that the American way is to root for America. Richard further explained that he's rooting for Venezuela because of their style of play, specifically noting an instance where they attempted to bunt in the 8th inning with a 2-run lead. He pointed out that Aaron Boone hasn't made a similar move in 7 years of managing the Yankees. Asman commented that he hoped Don LaGreca wasn't listening because of the fraud. This would be a fraud alert. Basically, he changed teams because of bunting. We all love Richard from Manhattan, and while it was assumed he would be rooting for the USA, we need your verdict, Judge LaGreca. What do you say? Joe from North Potomac.
This is very, very difficult. Because if you're an American but you don't feel like rooting for America because of some other reason, I don't think it falls in the fraud category because do you declare fandom with the country that you live in the way you do with your own team, right? I mean, it's baseball. I don't think it makes you less American. It's odd. But what makes him a fraud is the reasoning. It's American to root for the underdog? That's a fraudulent reason.
Yep.
Just say I like the way they play, or I don't like the fact that the U.S. isn't all in. I think that Venezuela wants it more, so that makes me gravitate to them. But it's the American way to root for the underdog? Fraud.
Please.
Yeah, it is. It's trying too hard, bro.
Yep.
Like you said that you were rooting for Canada in hockey when
not
Crosby,
this time.
No, when
Last
Sidney
time.
Crosby scored the golden goal because Crosby's your player
My guy.
on your team.
I care more about Crosby than the American hockey team. Yes.
Michael was talking about this today. Like all of a sudden that means that it's un-American. I don't know. I just think I think that there's an oddness to that. Yeah, of course you should root for your country, but if there's other things involved, if your father was born in Italy and you wanted to kind of root for Italy it's a baseball game. Stop it. It's not like you're rooting against us in war. I mean, come on, man.
Which some do, but
hey,
I agree with this. In sports, yes. In sports, it's fun, but if somebody lives here and is American, but yet has roots in another country and feels a way like I feel good about this, I want to root for my heritage, God bless, man. It's sports. Who cares? You're not doing
American
anything
way to root for the underdog.
Right.
But not against America.
Right. There's no treason there. There's no treason.
It's a great line by Jake, but the fraudulency isn't rooting for Venezuela. It's the reason.
Yes, that I'll give you.
That will do it for Fraud Friday. It is brought to you by our friends at D'Agostino Law. 35 years getting accident victims and Social Security disability clients every dollar they deserve. Offices in New York and New Jersey, 1-800-BITE-BACK, 1-800-248-3222, D'Agostino Law, Bite Back. If you have your own fraud questions or want to get on the line to discuss anything else, 1-800-919-3776. I see Richard Manhattan's already lined up with bells on. We'll talk to you guys next, plus, of course, ENN 6 o'clock. It's DHR and ESPN New York.
Fifth-seeded St. John's kicks off their March Madness tournament in San Diego against 12th-seeded Northern Iowa. Coverage begins today at 7 on 1050 ESPN.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter. New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, get Verizon Fios and a line of mobile for just $64.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month. And unlimited welcome for $45 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios internet and mobile customers. Discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
Start spreading the news. New York Yankees baseball is back in the Bronx. Come out to Yankee Stadium on Saturday, April 4th for a Yankee Stadium promotional giveaway tradition. Calendar night. The first 40,000 in attendance will receive a New York Yankees calendar courtesy of MasterCard. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com/tickets. Again, it's Yankees calendar night on Saturday, April 4th against the Miami Marlins. Visit Yankees.com/tickets today.
Harry Douglas here. I don't wait for birthdays to celebrate. I grab Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes like rich vanilla birthday cake with buttery funfetti goodness. Seriously, it's unapologetically extra in the best way. And it's sugar-free, so I get all that cake flavor without the guilt. It's tiny, portable, and ready for whenever I need a quick boost. I keep one with me because you never know when you'll need a little party energy. The funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
It's about time delivery worked on your schedule. Same day, next day, or scheduled in advance. However you plan it, the Home Depot delivers the whole job. From drywall to doors, plumbing to paint, we'll get it there when you need it. Because on the job site, timing is everything. You order, we deliver. It's that easy. The Home Depot Pro. It's about time.
ESPN is now the home of MLB.tv. If you have the ESPN Unlimited plan, you'll get a $15 discount on the 2026 seasonal MLB.tv package. And if you don't, no problem. When you sign up for MLB.tv, you'll receive a 1-month free trial of ESPN Unlimited. Cancel anytime without losing your MLB.tv access. Get in on the action at stream.espn.com/MLBTV.
ESPN Unlimited auto renews at $29.99 per month after free trial unless canceled. Blackouts and other terms apply.
On eBay, every find has a story. Like if you're looking for a vintage band tee, not just any tee, the band tee. You wore it everywhere until your best friend stole it. Now you're on eBay, and there it is. Same tee from the same tour. The things you love have a way of finding their way back to you, especially on eBay. Where else can you find that mint trading card you searched everywhere for, or your first car, the one you wish you never sold? It has to be eBay. Shop eBay for millions of finds, each with a story. eBay, things people love.
Step inside the game you love with the NBA app. Tap to watch every game as it's happening.
Jalen Brunson does it again!
And never miss a moment of the jaw-dropping action. Get closer to the players than anywhere else. Follow the latest schedules, scores, and stats. Keep up with every story from across the league. And with NBA ID, it's all personalized to you. The game lives here. Download today.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Tell you what, it's a bad 12 hours for Long Island. Real bad 12 hours.
That goal, 13 seconds left.
Instead of getting a point.
Tkachuk just sitting there. He's in the right spot, of course. But that not only did that hurt, Columbus winning, Detroit winning, the stupid point system. Don, you went on your rant about the standings.
Yeah.
And you're right about the standings. But why can't we do a better job with the point system? Because the Islanders could be the best team to not make the playoffs since this system began. Because the fact that Columbus, Pittsburgh, they're losing games in overtime, and those points are accumulating that for some reason are equal to just regular games. It's frustrating.
No, it is.
The Islanders are 10-0 in overtime, so they don't get any of the cheap 1 points.
It's one of those things, and what Alan's talking about is Ottawa scores with less than 13 seconds to play in regulation. So instead of the Islanders going overtime and getting a point, they lose in regulation.
Yeah.
Columbus wins. Detroit wins. The Islanders are right now, if the season ended today, are out of the playoffs.
Which is, come on. With 44 wins, it's maddening.
Now, listen, the Devils don't have a kick coming because they're not particularly good, right? But you talk about the system where you get points for losses. The Devils have only just 2 losses after regulation. They've got 35 wins. Those 35 wins, that's more than Pittsburgh has. And Pittsburgh's in second place. And the Devils are in 7th. in the division because Pittsburgh has 16 losses in overtime of the shootout. So when you look at their losses in regulation, 18. They're a 500 team. If this were like baseball where you don't get any point, they're 34-34.
Exactly.
They're an average team, and yet they're in second place and going to the playoffs. And because the Devils lost more games in regulation, but hey, those are the rules. You got to stand by them. But it is kind of crazy, tough. And then now you see LIU lose by 35. Hofstra was in this game. They were down 2 at the half.
Yeah.
And now last I saw, Alabama was up 10.
They're down 11.
13,
Yeah.
11 now.
So it's been a tough, 12-hour period, basically.
You know what, Don? While you're at
Long
it,
Island.
While you're at it, Don, how about a tournament update brought to you by Schweppes?
Hey,
You just
how about
heard it.
one? There you go.
Not a good day for LIU. Not a good day for Hofstra. At least, no, we don't
Not
know.
yet. I mean, it's
not
still
a good
going.
day yet.
It's not trending in the right direction.
It's not trending in the right direction, but they fought. And, of course, St. John's gets things going, and you can hear it on 10:50 at 7 o'clock. That's your tournament update presented by Schweppes. Schweppes delivers above-the-rim refreshment. Feel the madness and refresh your game with a Schweppes Seltzer or Schweppes Ginger Ale. And now we said so much about the man. Why not bring in Big Dick in Manhattan?
Why not?
Hey, Richard.
Hi, Don, Peter, Alan. Alan, great call on the Knick game last Sunday. Before the game started, you got to patent this remark, and I know a good trademark lawyer you can get. Take the oxygen out of the team. That's exactly what was supposed to be done, and they didn't. So right after the Knicks called that first timeout when they were down, you said, I told you this would happen, and you were 100% right. The Knicks played along with them. They didn't get the oxygen out of these guys. It's a great remark, and it was true. That's why they had trouble with that team. So I watched the game better listening to you on the radio. That's how good that was.
Thank you. I
now,
appreciate it.
As far as chokers, the biggest choker, Don, your father would agree with me, was YA. We went to 3 championship games with YA. He broke records in 61, 62, and 63. 1 touchdown in 3 games. 1 offensive touchdown. The other touchdown against Green Bay was a block punt. We got 1 touchdown against the Bears in 63. That was it. 1 touchdown in 3 championship games. I'm sorry, YA. You didn't come through for us. You didn't come through. Now, Geno Smith can do something no quarterback in the NFL, unless I'm wrong, since Fran Tarkington. He played with the team that drafted him, was traded by the team that drafted him, and then came back to the team that drafted him, not in a celebratory mode or backup mode, but to be the man again. I mean, can you guys think of any quarterback in the NFL that this has happened with?
Ooh, I'd have to think about that. It's a good one.
All right,
so
fellas.
drafted by the team, left, but then comes back.
And with the same role, as a main man, fellas.
No.
All right, I got another one for you. Question.
That's a history one that I
All right. You guys were mentioning the old actors that
Alan,
we got to
shut
worry.
up.
yeah,
Yes,
we're
Richard,
not
go
allowed
ahead,
to
sir.
think about it. Okay.
Yeah, Richard,
The
go
old
ahead.
actors. We got to worry about Clint Eastwood, Jack Nicholson, Dick Van Dyke, and my favorite of all, Robert Wagner. Those 4 guys, they're treasures, all of them. So, after
So
Duval.
wait, you're saying we have Death Watch for all of them, is what you mean?
Yeah, we got to watch those guys, Peter.
Yeah,
those guys
keep an eye
are
on
great.
them.
Now, I got a question for you guys.
Sure.
Derek Jeter, Hank Aaron, Roberto Clemente, Ken Griffey Jr. 4 pretty good players. Would you agree?
Oh, very good players, yeah.
Okay. I wish Michael will hear this from me. All 4 combined, who had more MVPs? The 4 of those guys combined or Aaron Judge?
Wow, well, I don't.
If you know the answer, just tell us.
I would say it's
The
Judge.
answer is neither. Judge has 3, and the 4 of them have 3. That's it. Jeter has 0. The others each have 1. Can you imagine that?
Well, listen, what Judge is doing, and Richard, thank you for the call, is historic. I heard Michael talk about this the other day. I know he hasn't won a World Series. I know his numbers in the postseason haven't been good. But can you at least enjoy the guy in the regular season as one of the greatest, if not the greatest players that we've seen in this generation? I know it's all about the ring, guys. I get it. But can we at least enjoy the season and see the numbers? It's unreal what this guy has been able to do. Unreal.
I agree. I mean, we want, look, what happens is we demand more. We want more. That's what happens when you see greatness, is you want to see it continue to be great and take it to new levels. It's part of this like when you're watching a movie and you see a character, aren't you almost rooting to see the character do something great because you fall in love with the character? It's just, it's part of sports watching. I don't think it's a personal thing. It just feels personal by the way we react.
I know we're up against it, but, I knew it was bad. But when you see the numbers for YA, 5 postseason games, this is going back to his time back with San Francisco. 0-5. 4 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. That's a Hall of Famer. And some of these games were somewhat in doubt. Lost San Francisco and Detroit 57. They lost that game 31-27.
Heartbreaker.
The game against Green Bay in 62, they lost that game 16-7. No touchdowns, 1 interception. And then the game in 63 when they lost at Chicago, they lost that game 14-10. 1 touchdown, 5 interceptions. Listen, without watching the game, if you lose by 4 points, Peter, and your quarterback throws 5 picks, he's the GOAT, right?
Yeah.
So,
and not the GOAT is greatest of all time GOAT.
It's terrible to say, but
it's tough.
He's
but that was
right
Namath.
about that.
But, Donnie, wasn't that Namath? Namath did this. Namath would throw you out of games as much as he would throw you in games. I think it was different back then.
Right, but be 0-5 to be a Hall of Famer.
Well, yeah,
we're talking championship.
I'll
Some
give
of these
you that.
games were championship games.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Don, here's what we're going to do. We're
that?
going to break things down to a fine powder in a huge 5 o'clock hour. You know what they say. There's no show like a 5 o'clock hour in the middle of a tournament when a Long Island team is playing. It is the second Long Island team to play that day. Think about it.
Now I'm rooting for Speedy now. It's all I got left. And then we have St. John's tonight. St. John's is like Long Island adjacent. It's Queens.
Confirm. Well, it's the same island. That's for sure.
That is correct.
I will say it would be really fun for this tournament if the Johnnies at least got to the second weekend. But that's something we can discuss in the 5 o'clock hour, plus ENN at 6. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
5th-seeded St. John's kicks off their March Madness tournament in San Diego against 12th-seeded Northern Iowa. Coverage begins today at 7 on 1050 ESPN.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This month, you'll be feeling March magic when you win your share of $50,000 cash during our Rainbow Riches drawing. Be here every Wednesday in March from 2 to 7 p.m. Each hour, one lucky guest is drawn to win up to $5,000 cash. Earn entry starting at 12:30 p.m. Come chase the rainbow every Wednesday in March, where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com. That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
You remember what it feels like to move without thinking about pain? To get up, sit up, walk, work, or live without that constant ache? If neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica took that away from you, it's time to get it back. I'm Bart Scott. Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain is the guy you need. Ivy League trained, double board certified, no surgery, no scars, no long recovery, just precise, image-guided, non-surgical treatments designed to get you feeling strong again. With offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, and most major insurances are accepted, there is no reason to wait. Go to SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think.
Now it's time for traffic and Susie Cerrone.
Thanks, guys. Still pretty slow at the inbound, George, for either deck. Roadwork is gone. You've got a stall on the lower level in the center lane on the New Jersey side. Cross Bronx to the outbound, George, an hour. Outbound Lincoln or Hall in 30 minutes apiece. Stall on the Van Wyck southbound at Hillside Avenue in the left lane. Heavy delays on the Deegan northbound into 179th Street. A crash on the right shoulder. Accident on Route 4 westbound at River Road. Injury accident on the Thruway northbound at exit 13 for the Palisades. It's blocking a lane. And you're backed up from exit 8 in White Plains. We're sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drugged driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. Visit madd.org. I'm Susie Cerrone for 880. ESPN New York.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sport, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
As America's #1 motorcycle insurer, Progressive has your back.
Oh, like if I need a replacement part?
Sure, we can help with that.
Ah, nice. Hey, I just entered this online contest for coolest bike in the world. You think maybe you can vote for me?
Actually, we just do insurance, not popularity contests.
Yeah, I know. But what's your email? I'll just send you the link real quick. You can vote like 100 times a day. They'll never know.
To be clear, Progressive has your back for insurance only. So get a quote and see if you can save.
So what I'm hearing is there's a little bit of wiggle room.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, covered subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Oh, yeah, baby. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York. It is 5:02 in the big city to you
Sure
and me,
is.
guys. Any big Hofstra update there, Alan Hahn?
Hofstra cut it to, I think it was 5.
Okay.
Got a steal and a dunk.
Talk
hit a
to
corner
me.
3.
Yes.
And then had a chance for an offensive rebound, couldn't get it, and Alabama hit a 3. Now, to be fair, the steal and dunk really should have been called kickball, but referees didn't see it. Shocking that college refereeing.
So what is it, 8?
8.
So it's 8.
All right. All right.
But
All
they,
right.
they are not letting go of the rope. I love it. Putting up a fight.
What was the number on this one?
Yeah, what was the number?
What's the spread?
Anthony? Since we weren't allowed to do any of this. Now I'm glad I didn't take LIU and. Wow. Okay. Well, it was at 1.11, I think.
Well, let's see. Listen. We talked about. So yesterday we had the one great game early, right?
Yes.
And then we had a decent. The Duke thing was fun for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Did anything great happen last night?
Yes. Yes.
North
North Carolina.
Yeah.
North Carolina.
Oh, the North Carolina.
A-10, baby.
Was the game fabulous?
That was VCU, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Was that? How was the game?
Phenomenal.
Yeah. There was VCU at one point down 19.
Mm-hmm.
Stormed back that late second half until overtime was a real back and forth. It was a slugfest in the overtime period.
Yes. I don't think anybody scored for the first 3 minutes. But it was. But there was a point where it looked like UNC could have won in regulation, and then VCU just would not go away. Made a huge 3, and then North Carolina answered, and then that's how you got to overtime. But it's a tough one for Hubert Davis. I'll tell you that. He's getting, even though they did have injuries, but he's getting called out for his rotations and everything else. He's going to be under fire right now in Chapel Hill.
But the best game today, obviously, was the Kentucky game, and the 3 that they hit at the end of regulation. They win in overtime.
What a play!
And
and you know what? I'm watching that.
Alabama Hofstra.
Guys, how are you not fouling there? You got to foul.
It happened pretty quick, so I guess the fear is.
Well, you hit the shot 2.4. He gets the ball. There's a defender on him. If I'm screaming foul, aren't you screaming foul? Foul him. You're up 3.
Unless you're afraid. Are you afraid that if he fouls him late in the
Donnie, he
shooting,
took the shot from 40 feet with 0.3 of a second left.
There was time.
Oh, you had that game 2.4. You hit a 3. You got to feel good about your chance of winning that game, and for them to come back and then answer that 3 is crazy.
Yeah, Hofstra lost a review on possession, so Alabama got the ball.
So it's 8, but they got the ball back.
Yeah, they just got a rebound off a missed 3. So still very much in doubt here, but this is a big possession.
Don, how much time the tourney going to get from you this weekend?
Well, I don't have a game.
Okay.
Until Tuesday.
Wow.
Probably not a ton. I mean, I'll be looking at my phone. If I see a game's close, I'll pop it on. Because, Peter, you know, you get a free weekend. I'm not telling the wife that I'm going to be staying home watching college basketball. Hop should just hit a 3 to cut it to 5.
Hello.
They're
Probably
digging
not,
in, man. I love
not
it.
a ton, but I'll be keeping an eye on what's going on. How about you? You got wrestling, right?
Wrestling's tonight.
Don's bracket's at 150 points.
What am I at? 'Cause I think I'm at 98%, right?
Don's in the 75% area.
Where am I? I think I'm doing really well.
Where are all of us? Tell us all.
Yeah.
I only know Don's.
How do you only know Don? I sent
because
you mine.
because I put Don's bracket in for him.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, by the way, why am I see all the ESPN celebrities. How come I'm not in this list?
Listen, I'll have to take that up with the boss. I'm not sure why that happened.
I don't know how I'm supposed to declare myself.
Well, it's not like your specialty is basketball.
It's a fair point, Peter. I'm at 91.4%. I have 160 points.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You're right up there with Jay, Stephen A., Hannah Storm.
Yeah, but you don't see me on that list because, I'm just Han Solo.
But that's bad. I mean, you're on Get Up. You've done national NBA games on radio.
But how do they designate?
You're the handsomest guy on an afternoon drive show in New York.
How do they designate it though? Like, do I have to tell ESPN?
No, they just don't think highly of you.
Listen, I gave all your information for all your brackets to the powers that be. And then what they did with it, I guess, is up to them.
So they're choosing to say that you're not worth this.
I listen, you said it, I didn't. Shout out to the 4,405 people left, by the way, with perfect brackets.
That's insane when you consider some of the upsets we've had already.
I mean, it hasn't been.
Nagandi's at 98.1. Greeny's at 98.1. He's at 170 points. I'm right on his tail.
I'm trying to log in. How did I do this?
Jay Williams. I'm tied with Jay Williams.
Look, God bless you.
John Crispin. Anyone? Ron Slay.
Wait, these are celebrities?
These are celebrities.
Wait, these are celebrities for our company.
Or celebrities.
We don't celebrities. Yeah. And we don't know who they are.
How about Scooby? You know who Scooby? I don't know.
Oh, this is very tough. There's one person to blame for it. It's got to be Justin Craig.
Now,
Justin doesn't like you. That's all it can be.
Peter, we've talked about like the college football rules that don't carry over to the NFL. Like you don't have to have both feet down. You don't have to touch a player for them to be down. Stuff like that, right? Like it bothers us. Isn't even worse than that is the fact that on a simultaneous possession, there's the possession hour. You can't have a tip ball.
I know.
Does it take too much time? I mean,
it's
you have it in the
it doesn't
NBA.
make sense.
This is so old. This goes back to the 80s when they started doing the possession arrow, which is stupid because there's times where you're like, make the hustle play, dive on that loose ball, but it'll actually work against you. So why, it's maddening. By the way, Aaron Goldhammer of, I believe it's ESPN Cleveland fame.
That's right.
Come on.
He's on this list.
Are you sure you're not on that list?
I'm 100% sure because I'm looking where all the people that have my numbers, which I would be on the top. I'd be up right there with Greeny, Nagandi.
Yeah, you should be.
This makes no sense.
I believe the deadline to get this in was Monday. You guys gave it to me on Wednesday.
Oh.
So
nobody told me there was a deadline to be a celebrity.
I imagine that there's some back-end work that goes into it to make the graphic.
You would think the deadline for the celebrity would be just seconds before tip-off.
I would think.
Celebrities usually get the breaks, right? Let the common people go on Monday. Let the celebrities come in late, right?
Is that what I have to do?
I was told you weren't. I was told that you guys weren't the last ones to put it in, though. So there you go.
All right. Do I have to just put? I'm going to put my.
I am so bad. How many points do you have, Alan?
160.
I am so bad.
What do you have, Peter?
130, folks.
You're not doing too bad.
I have 110. I'm
Joe
terrible.
Lenardi, who's supposed to be an expert at this stuff, he's in your neighborhood.
My max. What's your potential max? That's the key.
How do you see that?
On the bracket,
it'll tell
main
you your
screen.
potential max.
It'll say your points and it'll say what your max is. Mine's 1810.
Oh, I'm at 1820.
That's so funny.
What's your
So
max,
you're up-
man? What do you max?
My max is my max is above you, man. I'm still 1830, bro.
So the thing about that then
All right,
is
bro.
that Allen's gotten a lot of games correct.
Yeah.
Peter, you even though you've like me haven't gotten a lot of these games correct, you haven't lost probably any Elite Eights or if any Sweet 16s yet, or anybody that's going to go past.
That's my problem. Is I believed in BYU.
Yeah, see that's going to hurt you down there.
That was a big.
You believed
mistake.
YU.
Yeah.
Donnie's got an 1850 max, 75% right now at 150 points. Me and him racked our brains together to come up with this bracket for him.
We were on the phone for a good hour.
ChatGPT.
Also that.
Also that.
I suck so bad. It's crazy, man. I used to do the work, and the work would actually pay off.
But you
Now
shouldn't
I
feel
don't-
bad. You didn't do the work.
Yeah, but it's still. How can you be?
You can't
all
feel
your-
bad.
You shouldn't
No,
feel
no.
bad. You didn't do the
because
work.
because what kind of poor luck is it? Don, be real with me. Yes, I did the work. Okay, so what? Now I don't do the work. I'm just picking, mostly favorites and grabbing a random upset. You see what happens? How can I still suck so bad every year? A broken clock is right twice a day.
I don't.
I got
know.
nothing.
I lost
don't
a
know
Sweet
the
16.
logic.
That's my problem.
That's going to hurt
Well,
you.
one Sweet 16 isn't that bad.
Only one. I got everybody else is still alive.
Iowa State reached 101 points, by the way.
I'm never good, Peter. That's why I celebrate the only time I ever won money in a bracket. Finished in second at Sports Phone, 1995. Rode Oklahoma State all the way to the conference final.
And well,
right to
we
Final
know
Stacey
Four.
King.
It
No,
led
it
to you
wasn't.
loving Vancouver.
Because of Big Country.
That's
Big
right.
Country Reeves ends up being the first draft pick of the Grizzlies.
Oh
Lasted
my God!
5
That's,
minutes. but
yeah, I'm thinking 80s. Yeah, never mind.
1995.
I'm rejoicing in my high point pick.
That
was a good one.
Yeah, that's a good
That's
one.
a good one.
I'd imagine a lot of people got hurt by UNC last night.
Yes.
Because
Especially at the Rosenberg
VCU,
house.
if they didn't win the A-10, wouldn't have even been in the tournament.
Crazy.
Well, listen, this is the things we'll be doing this weekend. Keep an eye on it. Hey, love some basketball is Spike in St. Pete. Hey, Spike.
Hey, boys, how you doing? I heard I made the semifinals or something, so I
Drop
really
madness,
appreciate
man.
it.
Yeah, you're moving along. Yeah, you're doing good.
Well, I appreciate everything. It means a lot to me, especially now for me. I got a question for you, Alan. I don't want to be serious, but I am serious. I looked at the Knicks' path. I listen, I'm biased, but I see a path. I really do. Now, I heard Hart's out tonight with the knee.
Yep.
Oh, what are these new terminologies? And Josh Hart would just cut him loose. He'll play, and he had a career game the other night.
Right.
But tell me if I'm right or wrong. If my mind's still good, body's going, but my mind's good. With what's the kid Alvarado on the court? It seemed like the pick and rolls, everything was working better. Am I wrong or right?
He was for in that game against Indiana. He was really up. He had the Knicks playing faster, up tempo. A lot of movement, a lot of like player movement. He was forcing you to run with him basically.
The ball wasn't getting stuck. And two other quick things, and you guys have a great weekend. Your shows are just fantastic. I love it all. This kid Acuff, by the way, at Arkansas, is a Calipari guy. He's going to be good. His dad played at NYU or somewhere, Fordham, one of those schools. Anyway, what I noticed, there's an opening here. There really is an opening. And I feel very poorly about Cade Cunningham. I don't wish harm on anybody, but I looked over all of the collapsed lungs. I feel like I'm on ER, that the time off is anywhere from 8 to 20 games. I think C.J. McCollum had him a couple of times, and I hope the kid comes back because he's the best player in the conference this year, in my opinion, but easily.
Not Jaylen Brown?
Jaylen Brown sickens me with that arm bar, Alan. I can't get over it. He gets more 8 to 10 foot shots by pushing with the arm bar off his left hand. He's a great player, but I don't see Tatum on defense, and that's hard. On offense, he knows what he's doing. He's not getting any lift on defense, and that's going to take time. It's really going to take time. I'm not afraid of Boston. I'm not. I'm sorry, Peter. I love you, but I'm sorry. But I think Cleveland matches up really well against the Pistons. And I think Harden, I looked over Harden's whole playoff history. He craps out in the third round. His stats go way down, right?
Yes.
So why can't we be there? Why can't we be there?
Well, why not us?
Well, but I don't think anybody's saying can't. I just think there's a lot of, like Don, I think we've been just talking about all the reasons why the confidence isn't as high as it should be that they can. But we know they can when they're right.
Yeah, but they're not right enough. And you know, I love Spike. He knows way more basketball than I do. But I just roll my eyes when I hear Knicks fans like, I don't fear this, I don't fear that. You should be fearing everything.
Yeah.
You should be afraid of the dark if you're a Knicks fan at this point. Because they haven't done anything consistently. Just when you fall in love with them, they pull something, and we're all just feeding off of, well, last year they went to the conference final. All they did last year was beat Boston, all right? And now you got to take on a different Boston team that's going to have a chip on its shoulder for what happened last year. You went to the conference final, but you didn't beat the Pacers when all the Knicks fans were already buying tickets for the finals.
Yeah.
You're going to wipe the floor with the Pacers, and you didn't. And the Pistons gave you all kinds of trouble, and they've crushed you every game this year. Now, you might catch a break with the Cunningham stuff, but I'm sure he's going to be back and be fine by the time you would meet him in the playoffs. And I'm not saying you can't beat Boston, and I'm not saying you can't go to the final, but I'm not scared of this, I'm not scared of that. Come on, guys, you're fooling yourself. You're lying to yourself, which is the worst kind of lie.
Yeah, lying to yourself. I agree, I think, but we're in that point of the season now where the regular season has become almost uneventful.
A nuisance. Tonight's a nuisance for you, Al, and I know you love your job, but this is going to be a joke tonight. The Nets don't care. They're not going to win. This is supposed to be, God, I keep thinking back to those days of plant your flag. Are you a Net fan? Are you a Knicks fan? It's a joke. The Nets are a joke. The Knicks are going through the motions just because they know they're going to win this game. You're going to get no value out of it. None.
I'll tell you what, you get no value out of that, but you know where you do get value? From Rings End.
There you go.
Because we're about to get some work done at the house. They're going to do some windows in the house. And I'm telling you, when it comes to value for the work, the quality of the product, this is why you want to work with Rings End. They have premium brands in windows, doors, decking, paint, lumber, kitchens, all the stuff you need for your house. They have items that are built to last, high-end product lines. And these are the type of things that contractors rely on because they do it right. They don't have to do it over. Now, Rings End, they're not a national chain. They have regional expertise, 8 full-service lumber yards in Connecticut and Westchester County, 12 freestanding paint centers as well in the area. They're family-owned and operated since 1902. Peter, that's 124 years in business to you and me. They have deep Northeast
Very
roots,
long time.
supporting local builders and communities. You love that. They know your house. They know the area. They know what you need. And if you can't make it to the store, you can shop online. Go to ringsend.com. That's ringsend.com.
Got a little something brewing here. Player down in Alabama. Players coming together. They got separated pretty quick, but
yeah. Well, Alabama started pulling
physical.
away.
Yeah, they're up 13 now.
Up 13.
So Hofstra's showing some frustration.
And Bama, I'll tell you what, because Hofstra's really been real punchy, they've been gritty. Bama, when they started pulling away, they got a little mouthy. They were getting a little mouthy.
You got gutsy versus mouthy.
Oh, okay. I see what happened there. Dude stepped in and let him know.
There you go.
Shouldered him.
Shoulder back.
I like it.
Who's number 6
I don't
on
mind it.
Hofstra? Well,
I
at
don't
this
mind
point,
it, man.
why not, man? No.
Show
Don't
me
be that
something.
way.
Right.
You can punk us on the scoreboard, but you're not punking us for the physicality, man.
Yeah.
Throw it around. I'm sure he got a flagrant there, and he's probably going to get kicked out. But
Well, he's going to get in trouble for that part of it, and it's, you're losing your cool. Don't do that to your team. But I think with 2 minutes to go, Hofstra kind of knows the writing's on the wall. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. Don't let a team punk you. It's
Well,
okay.
and the dude from Bama flopped on top of it. So
of course he did.
Now, real quick, guys, I was gonna save this for ENN, but we're full transparency with our listeners here because this is a family. Can't say there's a barn burner of a subject hitting any of us in the face right now, so I might not bring it up. Did you guys see this story out of Pittsburgh about the draft?
I know.
I just thought this is something that could actually, we might be, I don't know how either of you feel, but I'm like, it's on the table. The three of us will be annoyed enough to do this for 40 minutes. The NFL draft is being held in Pittsburgh this year.
Correct.
And the city has decided that in order to deal with the preparation related to and around the draft, they have opted for virtual learning for 2 days. Kids are staying home from school so the city of Pittsburgh can prepare for the NFL draft.
Yes.
Well, did you?
I mean, Alan, we talk about how people are.
How
do we talk about the NFL obsession? This is a different. I didn't know this level existed.
This is how you get the next generation of fans, because you got kids that might not already be football fans or NFL fans. Why do we get to be home this week? Oh, the NFL has its draft. What is that? You tell them about it. Now they're fired up because they love it.
You go thank Papa Goodell for this one. Papa
Can the
Unky
NFL
Roger.
come back again next year?
We love
Well, they
we
won't.
love Unky Roger.
Well, what was it? Green Bay last year. Was it Detroit the year before that?
Did they shut
Massive
down the
people
town then?
coming. So they had. I don't know.
I didn't hear that. This is the
But
first
I
I've
didn't
ever
hear
heard of
about
it.
But listen, if it keeps the streets clear and all that, because it's going to be a mob scene. Because you know how Pittsburgh is.
But wait a minute. The draft was in New York for years.
Yeah, but
we
it's
didn't get any damn days off.
Now it's just become a bunch of like wannabes. I enjoy the draft, and you know how much I love football. But it has become like, well, I don't know how people are so obsessed with going. It was one thing, you went to the city, it was people from New York. It was a fun thing. You go to Radio City Music Hall, you go check. It was kind of a
As
cool
a Jets fan, it's a rite of passage.
But
You
now
gotta
there's
go
like
and boo your team.
a 250,000 people are going to descend on Pittsburgh, not see a thing, not know what the heck is going on there, just to be there.
Right.
The NFL has become the party that like everybody's got to go to. And it's almost like there's something wrong with you if you're not all in. Well,
And
you know what?
Don.
I'm all into the game. Kickoff to the clock zeroing out.
Done.
You do have me more than anybody on the planet. The rest of the stuff, man, I'll take or leave. Some of it I like. I like the draft. I'll parachute in, check it out, what my team does, recap it when it's over. But this obsession, I don't get it.
I cannot imagine a world in which I would buy airfare, hotel, dinners, take off of work.
Yeah.
Not to go to a playoff game, not to even go to the Super Bowl,
You
which
went to
I
a
would
convention.
never do unless it's for work or my team is playing. Not that. No. To go in April to watch other teams pick players you've never heard of.
It's a convention. That's what the draft is. It's a convention.
A yo-yo convention.
But it's the sports convention. That's what it is. People love to go. They celebrate, and it's just become a behemoth now.
I want someone call us. Show me the guts. If you're planning on taking the trip to Pittsburgh just to cheer for what either the Giants or Jets do in the draft, I need to hear from you. 1-800-919-3776. How about this? ESPN New York is teaming up with Calandra's Bakery again to give away a pair of tickets to see the Knicks take on Charlotte. Throw the record books out, baby. It's not your grandparents' Charlotte Hornets, as Alan will let you know. This isn't Grandmama. Sunday, April 12th. It's easy to enter. Just stop by Calandra's Bakery at 234 Bloomfield Ave in Caldwell. Trust me, everything there is delicious anyway. You might as well stop by. Before April 7th to enter in person. It's brought to you by Calandra's Bakery in Caldwell, home of fresh bread, classic Italian pastries. Oh, I have some tiramisu waiting for me when I get home. And traditions baked daily. Shout out to Calandra's. Your calls at 1-800-919-3776. We'll keep our eye on the tournament. Drop Madness. The vote's still coming in. Hot and heavy. DHR, ESPN on your Twitter machine. ENN at 6. It's DHR on ESPN New York.
It's Chuck Devine with SnowCountry.com. Visit your Sherwin-Williams store online at SherwinWilliams.com. A cold snap got some ski areas back to making snow and extending the ski season, and no one in the East has a longer season than Killington, Vermont, our Gatorade Resort of the Week.
Killington has continued their extensive grooming and even had 100 snowmaking guns running to spruce up over 50 miles of open trails. Coming Easter weekend, it's the springtime party that tops them all, the Bear Mountain Mogul Challenge at Killington, our Gatorade Resort of the Week, hydration at all altitudes.
Camelback's still making snow in the Poconos with 18 trails and 20 snow tubing lanes. Wyndham made snow in the Catskills with 3 dozen slopes, Bel Air 4 dozen trails, and Hunter on 30 slopes. Thunder Ridge is 70% and still has good coverage in southern New York. Butternut's 100% in the Berkshires, Jiminy Peak on 32 trails, Stratton on 60 well-groomed, well-covered trails in Vermont.
You don't just ski or ride, you dominate. At Killington, we fuel your adventure. Be the beast. Ski and ride Killington.
25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Check it in a year, check it in 5. This ain't optimum 5, but price is still alive. 25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Get Optimum famously fast fiber internet. Optimum.com/25 for 5. Or call 8884-OPTIMUM. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
March is here and the madness is underway. Schweppes offers above-the-rim refreshment and is proud to sponsor the Big East Conference. Take a break from the action with a Schweppes seltzer. Enjoy 7 refreshing flavors such as black cherry, lemon lime, cranberry lime, and strawberry mango. Each Schweppes seltzer flavor provides a perfect touch for any occasion. Schweppes, a sparkling tradition since 1783 and the perfect way to elevate your everyday refreshment. Stop by your local food bazaar to get your favorite Schweppes seltzer for a slam dunk experience.
Hi, I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. You know what's interesting about the words personal injury? The first word is person. And at D'Agostino & Associates, that word means everything. That's because I handpick every person in our firm, from the pleasant professional person who answers your call to the experienced person litigating your case in court. Because every person in my firm is an extension of me, and the only way to exceed our clients' expectations is to deliver the highest level of personal service every single time. And that starts with hiring the right people. You see, we know that every client is a person too. Someone going through the toughest time in their lives and deserves to be more than just a file number. At D'Agostino & Associates, we put the person back in personal injury. So call 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222 and ask for me, John D'Agostino. And let's talk about your case, person to person. D'Agostino Law Bite Back.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
Now it's time for traffic with Susie Cerrone.
Hey there, guys. There's a stall on the west side, Highway North, and at 125th Street, right lane out on the west side, northbound. Delays still on the Deegan northbound into 179th Street, an accident on the shoulder. Stalled truck, Van Wyck southbound at Hillside Avenue, left lane out on the Van Wyck. Still a little tight at the inbound George 20 for either deck. Cross Bronx to the outbound George about an hour. Have an accident still on the thruway northbound at exit 13, blocking a lane. Delay still from exit 8 in White Plains. And a stall on the thruway southbound at exit 9 in Tarrytown in the right lane, backing you up onto the bridge. We're sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, at the forefront of care and research for over 50 years. Visit Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. I'm Susie Cerrone for 880 ESPN New York.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program may only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it could end your debt nightmare and save you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. For free information and to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, simply go online and visit DRA.com or call 800-433-8909. 800-433-8909. Again, that's 800-433-8909.
I got a problem.
Oh, boy. Here
What's
we go.
that?
Yeah, talk to us.
So Hofstra loses 90-70.
Oh, boy.
All right, late in the game, 11-0 run broke the game open. Hofstra was fighting tooth and nail. I give them all the credit in the world. They really battled. Alabama just had too much. The kid, Phil, was really good. He almost had a triple-double. He had 29, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Like, he had a hell of a game. 3 steals. But late in the game, I didn't like the way Alabama acted.
No, I agree with you.
They were doing a little bit too much of like sticking the chest out. And at the very end, what I didn't like the most, I'm trying to find the time that was left on the clock. Now, I'm trying to get the play-by-play, but of course, forget it. Just trust me when I tell you that it was a 17-point game. It was less than a minute to go. The game was over. Bench was being emptied. And a guy comes in and he takes a corner three for Alabama to make it 20. You don't need to be taking that three.
I think there was less than 30.
You think it was less than 30? Okay.
Because
he takes the he's a wide open three. He takes the three. He doesn't need to take the three. He celebrates. They celebrate. If I'm Hofstra, because now like they come down and they're just going to let the clock run out. I get it. You got to keep your composure and all that stuff. But there was a time where that dude would have had the ball thrown off his head. And by the way, Oates probably should have grabbed the kid and said, "What the hell are you doing?" But instead, he apologizes to Speedy as Speedy walks by. Speedy Claxton, the head coach at Hofstra.
Right.
And you could tell Speedy's like, "I don't want to hear it, dude." Just kept walking, like, whatever. Like, this is, like, you can't hold anybody accountable anymore because you're supposed to maintain your composure and your cool and all that stuff. 14 seconds left, he took the three.
And you're never going to see him again because I don't know the next time Hofstra's going to play.
I'd schedule him.
Alabama. But I'll take it a step further because I'm watching along with you.
Yeah.
Well, I saw that three. Moments before the three, coming out of a timeout, I watched one of the kids with throat slash.
Oh, I saw that.
Like, come on. Again, I don't know the history. I don't know what happened in the game. I'm sure there'll be some Alabama fan or somebody will say, well, this happened, and Hofstra
was talking when they were up. Yeah.
I'm doing a talk show watching the game, all right?
I don't like it.
I don't know the history. There can't be any history other than what happened in this game.
Right.
And I know there was that little scrum that we talked about before we went to break before.
Yeah.
Two guys kind of wrestling for the ball and then the shoulder and all that stuff. But, dude, you're a 4, beating a 13.
Thank
all
you.
Right? You're supposed to do that.
It's a mid-major.
And they acted like a bunch of jerks. And I don't like the throat slash, and you're right. There was like less than 30 seconds. He's taking a corner three to make it a 20-point.
Like, what are you doing?
Come on, man. Get out of Dodge. Win the game. Good for you. But, boy, they really wanted to rub it in there. I can't wait for their next game, them lose by 50.
Well, and remember, one of their best players is now no longer with them because he was it was a little charge called drug trafficking.
Well, there you go.
But, like, there was a lot of things. Now, look, Taylor Bowen is a great story. And even he, at the end of the game, he caught a couple alley-oops. Again, Hofstra's now got to overplay. They're going for steals. 2 oops and a 3. And he's doing the bye-bye, waving the bye-bye. Like, bud, it's the first game. You want to do bye-bye, you do that against Auburn if you're playing them in the Sweet 16.
Right. Waving off Hofstra.
Right.
It's not that dope.
Like, and again, I this is on to me, I look at the coach.
Yeah.
And I got to start asking, like, what are you about? Is this what your team's about? This is what you're about? I'm sorry. I saw Speedy. He didn't even want to look him in the eye. As the coaches are supposed to shake hands and the pleasantries and all that stuff. And you could see he gave him a, tell your story walking.
Well, I'd like
let's
to see
talk
the
to
post-game press conference.
Let's talk to some people. Dan in East Windsor is willing to admit that he is taking the trip to the draft. So, Dan, out of the gate, I just want to say, welcome to the show. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I'm one of those yo-yos, guys.
All right, take us through it. Take us through the thought process.
I'm really trying to figure out what the hell I got myself into here as well. But anyway, my son, who's he's got a 1-year-old, it's his birthday present. First off, I'm a Steeler fan. I drive 5 hours to go see it. I try to go once a year to Pittsburgh to catch a game, and I got my kids hooked into it. 2 of my daughters went to college out in the area, basically, which was awesome. Pretend to visit them and then go to a game. But so when it came to Pittsburgh, my son said, "Hey, let's go." And I got 2 son-in-laws, and the four of us are going, and it's like kind of like a guy's weekend. And again, I have no idea what I'm getting myself into, but
No.
you know,
You gonna
I like
face
that.
paint?
Listen,
you gonna face paint?
no, no, but you know, they
You
they
see
fear
some
that I
people.
will. I
They
threaten
go
it. I threaten
cosplay,
it.
man. They do. They put it all on. Like this.
No,
you know.
Well, I threaten it. You know, I say shit like that. Oh, sorry, I say stuff like that. But you know, I won't do that.
Well, I listen. I will say this. You know, if you're a Raider fan and you want to see the first pick, although I can't imagine Mendoza is going to be that crazy. Like, it's not like, we're drafting Peyton Manning or even
Right.
Trevor Lawrence, who came out, like, highly touted.
Mm-hmm.
But, listen, football has just got this mystical, magical force over everybody. And, you know, and the thing is, it'd be one thing if I didn't like football. I absolutely love football.
Right.
I love it. And I love the game, and I love following the game and all that. But, like, and the draft is really interesting to me, too, to follow it. And I've been to drafts. I've covered drafts for our station and did shows around it, and it's cool. But to go out there amongst 250,000 people in downtown Pittsburgh to watch Roger Goodell announce guys that half of those people never saw play and jump up and down and hug each other, it just seems odd to me. Now, if I lived in Pittsburgh and all I had to do was like open the door and go out there, yeah, I'd probably be cool atmosphere. And he's a Steeler fan. He probably loves going to Pittsburgh and he's bringing his kids and making a guy. That's fun.
That's different.
But,
yeah, I mean, listen, I respect making it, you know, whatever fun things you obviously want to do with your family and tradition, I, of course, have no beef with. But I'm just saying, if I were to rank the things that I could make trips for, the idea of just being there with a million other fans, you guys have to understand, I don't even want to go to NFL games with fans of my team. You think I want to go to a collection? Now, the only upside here, guys, is that while you're hanging out with NFL fans, there's no actual game being played. So the intensity, I'm guessing, is way lower than
It's
at an
more party.
actual. Yeah, it's a party. It's not
more
a
party.
It's not a fight.
Again, I liken this to like Comic Con. Like, this is NFL Con. It's really what it is.
But it's also that and going to Times Square for New Year's Eve. You know you're not going to have a good time, but you want to be able to tell people you did it. Right?
You know you're not going to have a good time.
No, because you're going to stand in there in a cold mist, nowhere to go to the bathroom, people all huddled around you to see a ball drop that I can watch on TV, and then it takes you probably 6 hours to get home if your car's even there when you get back.
Times Square's infinitely worse.
And then, but it's a story. I think what's happened. This is the Dave Rothenberg effect. Because if I were to sit him on a couch, if I went to school and became a psychologist, everything Dave does, from the destroying of objects to just
Himself.
not caring about his family,
Mm-hmm.
it is all to show how big a fan I am. It's not enough to say I watch every game. Anybody can do that. It's not enough to say that I can name where everybody went to school, or I've got all the games on tape. I can recite every score of every game. My wife could bleed out before I stop watching a game. I watch every preseason game. I go to the draft. It's all just a blank measuring of how big a fan you are.
So you're
like,
not better than
anybody
me as a
cares.
fan.
Because
You
I
think
will
it's
say this. I am
competition.
as invested in the Giants' wins or losses as Dave Rothenberg is.
Of course.
But I'm not a mental patient. That's the difference. What? Because I have to treat people poorly. I have to break things. I have to go great distances. I have to abandon my family after bad losses. I'm a bigger fan than you. No, you're just a moron.
So
Not
this is
Dave
simply
in particular, but just
no. I think you said what you said, but
yeah. No, it's Dave. Dave is included in the moron.
Yeah,
but you
know what
really
I'm
feel
saying?
like that's
don't
what.
you
So
think
you
that's
think
it?
the motivation of this is not as much passion as it is determination and competition.
It's blank measuring. It's like, oh, you're a big Giant. How big a Giant fan are you? Well, I watch.
Did you
every
do
game.
this?
Oh, watch
Have you
every
ever
game.
committed murder for the Giants?
Did your wife need to go to urgent care and you made her wait and sit there in her own blood and death until that preseason game was over? No, I can't say I did that. Oh, then you can't call yourself
You're not really a fan.
I'm telling you, that's what it is. It's
really
all
think so?
just collecting little trinkets to prove to everybody how big a fan you are. You know what? I'm good. Let me be ranked 3,007th among Giant fans. I'm a fan.
Right.
But
yeah, I'm simply bummed out when they lose. I'm really bummed out when they lose. And I think about it the next day, and I go,
did you ever put your
I wish
fist
we
through the
didn't lose.
wall?
This brings an interesting question now. If you're telling me that depth of fandom is motivated by what it does for you, like what it makes you look like, that's narcissistic, right? Like it's
sure.
It's like I'm like this not because of my love for the team, but because I know no one can outdo it. Therefore, I'm always considered better than you as a fan.
Right.
That's a fraud, isn't it?
Well, no.
That's not fraudulent? How are you? You're claiming that it's passion when really it's not. You're saying, Don.
Well, no, it's because
it's almost like you're using the team for your own.
Well, you're keeping score.
Megalomania.
You're what you're doing is you're keeping score in an imaginary game that no one's playing except you. That's the narcissistic part. But you are a fan, but it's not enough to say you're a fan. You've got to be the biggest fan. How do I prove I'm the biggest fan? I paint my face. I go without a shirt on. I did it. I was a moron too. When I was younger and I'd go to Giant games, I thought it was cool. I had these Giant boxer shorts on. Like they were long. They were big. They were big on me.
Okay.
I would wear them over my pants, and I'd go to the game with my Giant boxer
pictures
shorts.
of this? Do we have pictures of this?
No, I don't think so.
We
this
have
is like this is like in the late '80s, and
Come on.
it was like I'm a big fan. I wear Giant underwear over my actual clothes.
I'm
It
such
was
a big
stupid.
fan. I wear my underwear outside my pants.
But at least I was younger and I was stupid and I had no guidance, because my father would be like, "You look like a jerk," and I'd be like, "All right." That was his guidance. He was like, "You look like a jerk. If you're good going out looking like a jerk, fine." But I was young. But don't you think that's what it is, guys? It's like I've got to prove I'm a bigger fan. Because back in the day, it was like watching every game. That was enough. You watched every game. I haven't missed a play in 50 years. That's a big fan. How do I top that? Well, I carve the score into my chest at the end of every game. And then it's just to prove that I'm that. Can you do that? No, I can't do that because I'm not a mental. No, but you're not as big a fan. Go stand over there. You're not as big a fan.
Right.
It's like the Fraud Alert Friday. We're having fun with the fraud, but I think that's kind of what it is. It's like, no, I'm a super fan, and I will do anything.
Interesting.
To show you that. Because what else could it be?
There's
man?
definitely a level of ego in that, though. There's no question. Like you're saying, I firmly believe that. I think a lot of it is performative because you enjoy what it looks like, where people are just aghast at your actions as a fan. And you're like, that's right. That's because I care. You don't care like I do. Because if you cared like I do, you would do something crazy like this.
Because like Dave has these stories about his wife not being able to go to the doctor, right? Now, if he's telling that story at a party and I said, I would take my wife to the doctor, he would walk away with pride saying, I'm a bigger Giant fan than him.
And you'd walk away in pride going, I'm
a good husband. I'm not a maniac. I'm a better husband than I am fan. Dan, who's in Centerport, we're going to get to after the break. He's usually in lockstep with Dom, but not right now. And Rod wants to talk a little soccer. We love Rod. We'll talk to you guys next, plus ENN coming up at 6. It's Don Hahn and Rosenberg on ESPN New York. We love Rich. We love Rod.
Fifth-seeded St. John's kicks off their March Madness tournament in San Diego against 12th-seeded Northern Iowa. Coverage begins today at 7 on 1050 ESPN.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
There's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-30 2.5S preferred all-wheel drive for just $219 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN TM108368. MSRP $31,435. Zero security deposit. Ends 3/31/26.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
New year, new season, same goal. Feel good and stay in the game. But if neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica is holding you back, it's time to handle it. I'm Bart Scott, and I'm telling you to call Dr. J. Shaw at Soundwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he specializes in getting people back to living pain-free. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided treatments that work. Same-day or next-day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Stop playing through pain. Go to SoundwellPain.com. Relief starts today.
Attention New York Verizon mobile customers. Score a massive win with award-winning Fios Home Internet for an incredible $20 a month guaranteed for 3 years. Switch today for savings you can count on. Call 1-800-VERIZON now. For new Fios customers with AutoPay, mobile and home discount enrollment required. 3-year price guarantee applies to the Fios base monthly rate only. Additional terms apply.
Hey fans, come out to Yankee Stadium on Friday, April 17th when the Yankees host the Royals, and be ready to receive a Yankees promotional giveaway that has become a fan favorite. It's Yankees Hockey Jersey Night, presented by StubHub. The first 18,000 guests in attendance will receive a Yankees hockey jersey. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com/tickets. Again, don't miss the Yankees and Royals for Yankees Hockey Jersey Night, presented by StubHub on Friday, April 17th. Visit Yankees.com/tickets today.
50 years from now, will jeans be wide or skinny? Will email still exist? Will guac still be extra? One thing is certain. If you won the new Millionaire for Life from the New Jersey Lottery today, you'd still be getting $1 million every year for life. That's enough money to say, bring it on, the future. I will have that guacamole at any price.
Play the new Millionaire for Life today. Anything can happen in Jersey. Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or somebody knows a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge, or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Clinton Yates here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast. Others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Join DiPietro and Rothenberg Thursday, April 23rd for a special couch cast of Round 1 of the NFL Draft, presented by Calandra's Bakery. The Jets and Giants have 3 picks in the top 16, and Rick and Dave will react live as the first round unfolds. Let's go! From the big decisions to the big-time drama. Catch it all in this YouTube-only exclusive. And it's all from Caladra's Bakery and your home for football talk. ESPN New York.
Okay. This feels very Alan Hahn.
Really? Why you say that?
This is just his era. What record is this, Jacob?
Don't Be Cruel.
Don't Be Cruel. Yeah, okay. I couldn't remember which
Bobby Brown?
New Edition or Bobby record it was from that time, but right up Alan's alley.
I'm good.
You're good.
Real good.
On all Bobby Brown or on Don't Be Cruel? Most
Everything.
all of it.
No,
You're good.
like, I'm good. No
Wow.
offense to him, although I hear he wasn't the greatest of people.
Well, I mean, that was a long time ago.
I'm not being judgy. I'm just saying he could have decided to become a priest. I don't like the music.
Was I right, Alan, that Don't Be Cruel right up your alley?
Oh, yeah. Of course.
That's Hahn wheelhouse right there.
Yeah. That was a good time. Those are good years.
Those the Hahn years, as we know of them. Bobby
No.
calls them that, too. No, Bobby
Yeah.
calls them the Hahn years.
Sure he does.
Let's take a couple calls here before we get to ENN. Rod in Bethlehem wanted to talk World Cup for a moment. What's up, Rod? Big Rod.
Congratulations on the new business venture, Peter. Speaking of Double or Nothing, I want to speak to Don and thank him. Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
Yes, you got me?
Yes, I got you. Don, I wanted to speak to you and thank you because I was, back in a couple of years ago, you switched your ice picks from going to minus odds to plus odds, and I did a deep dive in myself and looked at the soccer betting. And, Don, I figured it out why everybody loves that sport and why it's the most famous sport in the world. That kid screaming. That kid screaming. There are plus odds all over the map in soccer. And coming up on this World Cup, if I could share some of those bets, I used to call up the other shows, and, to make some a little coin and make it a little special. It warmed my heart to know that you watched a Real Madrid game right before the Super Bowl.
I did.
So your kid,
With my son, yes.
Your kid chose right. Real Madrid's a good team, and Kylian Mbappe coming up in this World Cup. If there's anything that I'm leaning towards, it's for a showcase of one player and one player only. Have you guys got a chance to watch Lamine Yamal, the 18-year-old out of Barcelona? He plays for Spain.
Nope, heard about him. Have not seen him for a second yet.
Okay. As far as I'm concerned, he's the best soccer player I have seen at that particular point. He's playing right now at the point where we're looking at him as – I look at him as already being at the prime Messi level as far as skill-wise. And if there's any, if there, like to quote Don, if there's a God in heaven and we get to a World Cup in the knockout stages and we get to a Spain-France final or even a matchup, that is a dream matchup that you want to see, and I think they're very heavily favored coming into this World Cup. One U.S. men's player that I want you to keep an eye out for, Peter, and that is Fuller Balogun. He's a streak scorer. He's on the team. We're going to come up with how he's going to be utilized in the next couple of games. They have a couple of friendlies coming up against Portugal at the end of the month and another game. So coming into this World Cup, I'm leaning towards Spain. I think it's going to be a Lamine Yamal showcase. This kid is, if you see a 60-minute piece on him, you'll see it online. The kid's phenomenal.
Well, a little preview. I like it. Thank you, Rod. That was cool, man. Because it's going to be happening soon enough.
Well, yeah, I see a little stat of his that came up since he took number 10 on Barcelona, 39 games, 21 goals, 15 assists. He's a beast. There are highlights of him that you see online from when he was 16, 2 years ago, doing absolutely insane things. So the World Cup is one of those sports that always makes new international stars and gets those stars who are big in Europe to casuals here in the U.S. Let's go to Danny in Centerport. What's up, buddy?
Hey, boys. How we doing?
What's up?
So Don, I'm usually pretty much in lockstep with you on a lot of your takes when it comes to the football stuff, and I'm not disagreeing with you on being a little bit of a nutbag traveling, from to a totally different state to see the draft. But if I can make a point here, I got to be honest. Going back, as you guys know, the draft was always held in New York. Went Downtown Athletic Club to Radio City, then to the Paramount and the Garden. And I have to admit, man, for me and my boys, we're going back 25 years ago now, but for me and my boys, we got together, on that Saturday, and, we set up our chairs, and then we went back to our cars and tailgated and had a blast. And it really was an awesome day, you know what I mean, because you were getting a football day in the middle of April. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a full football day, and it really was awesome. But I have to admit, if I was to travel now to out of state to go to the draft, is definitely a little
Danny,
bizarre.
I think that's what we're saying. I never went to the draft.
I did have another point, Don, but go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, I never went to the draft as a fan, but I did cover it for ESPN early on, and I would go, and it was cool to be there. I get it.
Yeah.
Kind of having football in the middle of the spring is a cool thing, but to go to Detroit or go to Lambeau or go to Pittsburgh and just be among 250,000 people all crammed together, it just seems, Danny, right?
Danny, it's one thing. Danny, thank you for the call, buddy. It's one thing to roll into the city, from one of the boroughs or Jersey or even Connecticut to say, hey, let's go to Radio City tonight. We'll get a little dinner in the city. We'll do a little thing. Like, Don, that's one thing. That is not taking a trip across the country.
And standing outside in a huge crowd like that, it's really changed.
I know we're against it, but just real quick. The reason I'm kind of iffy about the draft, in 1996, the Giants were taking 5th. And I was told it's a 4-player draft, and the Giants are picking 5th. And I wanted them to get Simeon Rice, who ended up going to Arizona at 4, right? At 3, Jonathan Ogden ended up going to Baltimore at 4. So the Giants had to get Cedric Jones. Turned out to have no career at all. And Simeon Rice was good, but not great. I was told 4-player draft, Giants taking 5th. Take Jones. You know who else was taken in that draft? Eddie George, 14. Marvin Harrison, 19. Ray Lewis, 25. So that's what I'm saying. It's so arbitrary. And all the tanking and all the high-fiving, all this pick, we don't know. The greatest player in that draft was Ray Lewis.
Who went 1?
Keyshawn Johnson to the Jets.
Oh, that's
wasn't even the best wide receiver.
Right.
Marvin Harrison would have been the better pick.
Right. And who went 2?
2 was Kevin Hardy to Jacksonville.
Well, you don't hit them all.
But you know what I'm saying, Peter, is that you do all this work, and you do all the mocks, and it turns out that Patrick Mahomes goes 10, and Wilson goes 2nd round, and Hurts goes 2nd round, and Dan Marino goes late in the 1st round, and Ray Lewis goes late in the 1st round. It's all gobbledygook. So go tank and sit in your stink with 250,000 people. It doesn't matter.
You sitting in your stink again?
Yeah, because where are you going to go? You're not going to go to the bathroom, so you're going to soil yourself because it takes 6 hours to go sit there in a latrine, basically, that stinks because nobody's cleaned it for 7 days. But I went to the draft and wiped poop on myself. I'm a bigger fan than you because I stink.
And they stuck their tongue right in the urinal. They licked it like it's ice cream.
That's right. Oh, look, there's a hot dog down there. I haven't eaten in 3 days.
It's not a hot dog, Don.
Because hot dogs are $700.
That's not a hot dog. I'm sorry.
Well, you know what? You find out.
Well, maybe it once was.
Why? I'm a bigger fan than you. I found out it wasn't a hot dog because I love the Giants more than you.
With that, we take a break, and ENN, thank God, is on the other side here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Now it's time for traffic with Susie Cerrone.
Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend. Delays still on the west side, northbound approaching 125th Street with that right lane stall being cleared. It's a stalled truck in Queens on the Van Wyck southbound at Hillside Avenue, the left lane out on the Van Wyck southbound. Inbound George still 10 for either deck. Cross Bronx to the outbound George at least 45 minutes. Outbound Lincoln or Holland 25 minutes apiece. Injury accident on the Thruway northbound at exit 13 for the Palisades is gone, but it's still slow from exit 8 in White Plains. And delays on the Tappan Zee Bridge into Westchester with the right lane stall being cleared in Tarrytown. I'm Susie Cerrone for 880 ESPN New York.
Hello. Ladies and gentlemen.
Sure.
Welcome. Sure. Welcome to ENN.
Ray-Ro.
You ever watch YouTube?
It's brought to you by our friends over at Ramsey Mazda. I'd like to start ENN by saying good evening to Don. Yeah. Yeah. And to Alan.
But I went to the draft and wiped poop on myself. I'm a bigger fan than you because I stink. That's not
That's an update.
That was Don.
Yeah. Good evening to Alan.
They play hard. They play good. Yeah.
Oh, clean day.
Clean day? Good for me. Not a big participation day, so.
Oh.
Good
That's
evening
on me.
Sorry.
I was
Good
watching
evening to
basketball.
myself. You're going pretty deep. Sorry? You're going pretty deep.
Okay.
You had a better line.
Time out.
You had a better
out.
line.
Yeah.
Well, what's the problem?
Alan's claiming he's laying out watching the basketball. You've had a fabulous day.
I didn't say I was laying out. I just said it wasn't a big participation day.
Well, that's laying out.
That's why there was a less probability to flub. That's all.
A lower flub. How about just a high
Lower
performance
flub rating?
day?
The analytics said.
Well, now you get into the analytics. You're looking at the flub rate, and Allen generally is operating about a .23 flub rate, which
About
puts him at pretty solid player.
Yeah.
But everybody's flub rate's different.
We only had one Allen accent today, his actual accent. There was no Southern Allen.
Yeah,
See?
it's unfortunate.
See? Not good.
Now, if you're late to the program, by the way, this is your last chance now. You want to get in and vote.
Yeah.
We're down to 15 minutes left.
Oh,
Is it over? Don, is it over? Should we call it now?
What are we calling?
Well, this is this would be the under 16 in the second half. Right?
Yeah, but is there one close game going on?
No, I think. Listen, we only call upset alerts. We can't call it yet.
Yeah, it's blowouts. It's I saw blowouts when I was looking up and down the board.
Wow.
Well, I gotta look
25 a month. You know what I mean?
5 whole.
What was that?
Actually,
5
whole
whole year.
years. Starting to pay attention now.
I got it.
now,
15 over a 2 is going to be special if it happens.
Wow.
Well, how are they doing at the timeout though? Pretty good, right?
You're starting to lean forward in your chairs if you're sitting at home watching.
Are you?
I would think so.
If you're rooting for Marco's Satan Johns, you're leaning forward right now.
But to your point, I think these next 15 minutes could be huge. So I wouldn't call anything yet.
Okay.
Well, that's why you got to go vote right now.
Yeah, keep voting. You can change someone's life. Because I'm telling you, Marco will not take it well if he's bounced in the first round.
That's a good point.
Do you think he'll be deeply affected personally with a win? You think he'll be thrilled?
Yes. But like I told you during the meeting, for 8-year-olds, the greatest thing in your life and the worst thing in your life can happen like every other day, right? Because you don't have a lot to compare it to. And he could be thrilled until the worst thing happens later on today. So he'll be excited for an indefinite period of time, or devastated. So let's see, vote. But keep in mind the emotional toll that it could place on my son.
Yeah, that's no pressure though.
And then eventually me. So
But not a big deal.
Vote accordingly.
So Luka dropped a 60 burger yesterday.
That's not nothing. It's 23 shy of what's happened this year, but still.
Sorry, I apologize. I forgot to say good evening to myself. Iowa State is doing dirty things to Tennessee State.
How do you forget that? That was the best one.
That's what I was waiting for. Doing dirty things.
And the thing is, I don't know how your mind works. You start thinking about dirty things.
It's natural.
Right here in the middle of the show?
Yeah, it's natural. It's natural to consider what type of dirty things that could be happening.
But you would consider dirty.
Yeah.
Well, I'm getting uncomfortable. Let's go to Bam
Take it all off.
Let's go to Bam Adebayo on Luka scoring 60.
Nah, he has some tough shots out there. Like, it is what it is. I know what it's like to be in that mode. As people can see, it's not easy to get 80. But, he made some tough shots. And you tip your hat off and you keep it pushing.
I mean, guys, I got news for you. I got it, Alan. I got it.
Okay.
God bless Bam. And the 83 spot is tremendous. There's still not really a level in which Bam can identify offensively with Luka Doncic.
Yeah, it seems
it's
so.
a nice thing to say, but
did you find it odd that now we're going to Bam? Hey, Bam, assess.
Yeah. What do you
Mr.
think?
83, assess this 60. I know it's
Dude,
beneath you, but assess.
If Bam had been playing in that Heat Wizards game, he would have scored 115. Okay?
No, you mean if Luka was?
Sorry, what did I say? Bam.
Yeah, you said Bam.
If you had swapped out Bam for Luka in that game, it's a 100 spot. But God bless. Listen, Bam should enjoy it all year long. So
it would be like me going down on the turnpike and going 180 miles per hour and talking to Jeff Gordon about how it must feel to go fast.
I went fast once. I did 95. I tell you what, it's the car starts to move on you, doesn't it?
Yeah,
like
you got it. You got to
you're
hold on
the same
tight
level.
though.
Yeah.
I've done it.
Yeah. That's like whenever a pro athlete gets an injury, and then there's always somebody that's like, I twisted my ankle once. And you're like, doing what? Going to get the mail?
Yeah.
Anthony, can you do me a favor and set up these tournament clips that we have?
Yeah, well, Hubert Davis is the head coach of UNC.
Yeah, sure.
And as Alan said, he was
Remember
under fire.
his entire career.
And as Alan said, he was under fire, of course, because his team lost to VCU. But the other thing came from the fact that he only had a 6-man rotation down the stretch. And this is the question that was asked of him in the press conference.
Did you sense that your team got a little bit tired there? I did not. I didn't.
Right here. Dennis Cox, 99 on the Fan and Raleigh. Hubert, why did you go to just a 6-man rotation in the second half?
Because that was my decision.
All right.
I hate that.
Well, you know what?
I hate it.
No.
So lame. That's not what I asked you. I knew it was your decision. You're the coach. Why did you make the decision? God, I hate that. So arrogant. And then it's the media that's bad. It's a legitimate question. You lost the game. You got a 6-man rotation. Why? Because it was my decision. No, really?
He doesn't want to answer it, man.
Well, then you know what? Then say I'm not answering that.
He doesn't want to tell you.
A toolbox.
Actually, somebody asked it a third time, and this is what was said.
That's Rich.
I don't know why Rich Cimino would
weird.
know, but that happened there.
There might be an Ask Phil, too, somewhere later on.
Ask Rich. Ask Phil. Why do people do that, though?
The next one, Peter.
The Flynn claimant of it
is Flynn, as he's known, is the head coach of High Point University. They, of course, pulled off the upset over Wisconsin yesterday.
And I picked him. I'm all on board for HPU.
You're
what
on
did he
board.
say?
You support him, but apparently not a lot of other people do.
And it's pretty obvious to me that something needs to be done about this non-conference scheduling. High Point and Miami, Ohio are 2-0 in Quad 1 games. We couldn't get games. They couldn't get games. Akron couldn't get games. UNCW couldn't get games. Belmont couldn't get games. We won 22 of our last 23 games, and we didn't move up one spot in the metrics. Not one. We won 22 of our 23. We've won 25 games by double digits. That team right there is a fantastic team that beat 5 top 10 teams. If we can get games like this on neutral courts and some home games, I think we'd know who's really the best teams. I'm proud of these dudes, and we're not just here to win one game. We're here to get to the Sweet 16.
This is not Flynn's fault, but unfortunately that Miami, Ohio Quad 1, having a win 1-0, that's going to change because Tennessee's kind of routing them right now.
Yeah.
But he's right.
Yeah, how can you get better if you don't – how are people going to take you seriously if you can't schedule the big teams and the big teams are too scared to schedule you because it'll affect them?
Yeah, they don't want to play you. They don't even want to play you at their place, which is where you get your money. They don't want any part of it because it doesn't do them any good, and that's what makes it tough, which is why these preseason tournaments that you see, a lot of times, you get the tournaments that, the
Maui, Jim Maui?
The Maui, of course, is the big one. There was one in, I think, the Bahamas. Like, the problem there is they go for brand names because they know those will sell, and that's what the TV, the broadcasters want. But in reality, you've got to sprinkle in teams like this because it's only fair that they get to be on the stage. So next year, Miami, if they return most of their team, they should be on one of those stages. That's how it should work, but we don't have rules in the NCAA. We don't have really any governing body whatsoever. So this stuff is just the coach just shrugs and says it's all I can do. I don't know how this works. There's nothing controlling it. At least in pro sports, there's actual control over scheduling, right? Like in college, it is really complete freelance. And you as power schools can keep another school down by refusing to play them.
But isn't it ironic that if those Power 5 teams or the power schools started scheduling those schools and they did beat them early in the season, A, those teams would get more respect. B, the power teams would have way more of a chance to get back into the conversation with all the teams they have to play towards the end of the year. And you're not going to not make the tournament because you lost to Miami of Ohio in Hawaii in November.
Right.
So I don't get if you're that scared, then your team's not that good. If you're worried about losing to a mid-major in the beginning of the year in a neutral site tournament, then your team's probably going to be on the bubble anyway.
This is a super serious and sad story, but I feel like I was interested in the update, and I imagine some of you would be as well. The family of Brett Gardner, whose son was tragically lost after carbon monoxide poisoning when staying at a resort in Costa Rica, the family is now officially suing that resort where Miller Gardner was found dead of carbon monoxide poisoning. The authorities had already raided Arenas Del Mar Beachfront and Rainforest Resort and found that they had failed to comply with basic safety standards, according to the family's attorney. The lawsuit adds that without providing evidence, other guests suffered similar injuries while staying in the same rooms. Now, Miller's parents, including Brett, of course, and older brother also became seriously ill. And the lawsuit said Brett Gardner described fighting for his life and feeling as if he was, quote, unable to use his arms or legs. The Gardner family stayed in rooms adjacent to a mechanical control room from where it said the carbon monoxide emitted. Amazing. And according to the lawsuit, the Gardner family feels that this tragedy could have been prevented had basic safety measures been taken on by the resort. So, Obviously, nothing here can be done in any way to alleviate the horror that this family has gone through, but they are.
You got to hold them accountable.
Got to hold them accountable in any way you can.
I guess the thing where they were deficient in, I would think, is carbon monoxide detectors, either not having them or having them faulty or didn't change the batteries.
Well, I think it's also that there were I think there was something that of course yes, and also there was some sort of mechanical problem that was just leading to the carbon monoxide going from this boiler room to rooms where guests were staying.
But I would think, again, I'm not a lawyer, but like things do break down, things do happen. They can cause that, right? That's why you have those detectors in the room. So they would probably still be liable if whatever happened in that mechanical room happened. But maybe it's a little bit more understandable. Hey, something took place that was unforeseen or whatever. But like, how do you not have those detectors in every room? I mean, come on. Just thinking about it, because whenever you change the time is when you're supposed to change the batteries in your smoke detectors and your carbon monoxide.
Mm-hmm.
But the carbon monoxide is the one that makes sure, because that's the one you can't smell or see. At least if there's smoke, there's a fighting chance you can find out without the alarm. But it's the silent killer, right? I mean, Michael Kay told that story back in the day, how his life was saved by those things. So,
yeah,
terrible.
just that story is just unimaginable.
And
we
you have
send
to
our love to the Gardner family.
pursue that, just like what we said. You got to hold them accountable and just make sure that that's something that other businesses see and realize, like, no, I don't want to have to deal with this.
And probably not a bad idea, guys, when you go to these resorts, as fancy as they might be, to check and make sure they have. Not only have them, but make sure that the batteries are fresh.
Yeah.
Don't take those things for granted, man.
Moving back to the simple world of sports, the San Francisco 49ers are not exercising the $10 million option bonus on star left tackle, future Hall of Famer Trent Williams' contract that was due Friday afternoon. Williams' salary cap number will now grow to close to $47 million, but the team is not overly concerned and plans to rework his contract before the draft. So don't get your hopes up if you're out there thinking you could snatch a Trent Williams from the 49ers.
No. Yeah.
Somehow he still has gas in the tank.
He's still one of the best.
Going.
Yeah.
Still one of the best.
By the way, Villanova looked like they were in control. We're under 3 minutes. Utah State has now taken a 5-point lead.
Hello.
With under 3.
Now, this is an 8-9, but still, Villanova looked like they were in control. Wow.
Well, this
back to the tournament.
Brunson's play tonight.
This has turned.
Back to the tournament. Since Alan took us there, let's hear from Rod Strickland. Obviously, things end for LIU in tough fashion today. They lost by 1,000 points.
I mean, it wasn't 1,000.
It's Arizona. It felt like it. Here's Strick on the significance of the accomplishments of the season.
I told the guys after the game, like, basically, we should be proud. I think we know I took this job 4 years ago with 3 wins, and now we're at 24, but we made it exciting. If you go from the beginning of the year, just our fan base, how many people walked in that gym to those last couple games, like, you can just see the turnaround, and I'm excited for the future, but, like, honestly, like, just more proud for these guys. We hate that it ended the way it ended. I think we walked in there really believing we could win, especially compete, but we was up against a juggernaut.
Head held high, man. Yeah, just keep building. And you just know one thing that we know today. Arizona might have won, and they might have won big, but Long Island still is the better iced tea.
Well,
I hate to say this, but I got to disagree with you on that, Alan.
Arizona iced tea is trash, man. Garbage.
Oh, you're nuts.
Snapple way better. Snapple from Long Island, way better.
No, you're with me, Jacob, or Alan?
I'm with you, Peter.
Yeah,
Arizona's all the way.
No, dude, they have the 99 cents. It's on the can still. The 99 cents, Don. It's on the can.
Is that what we're going to do today? You can't even give me a day?
Of
Goodbye.
all days?
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Oh, he's out.
He's out. All
He
right,
left.
goodbye, Alan.
Oh, no.
Enjoy Knicks Nets. I don't see how.
No, he needs a Long Island iced tea. It's the only way to get through the game.
You're not wrong. Because, first of all, Long Island iced tea is just a name because it's not – there's no
It's
tea.
filth. No, it's just pouring as much alcohol as you can into a cup.
Listen, is Arizona iced tea my favorite iced tea? I'm going to go with a brisk every time. But
you're a brisk man.
I've got no problem with Arizona. As you said, the 99 cents right there on the can. They start charging you more. So wait a minute, it's on the can.
No. I talked to John J. Arizona.
No.
John J. Arizona told me we're good.
I'm with you, Peter.
Did Alan forget to disconnect?
Yeah, that's going to be something
Yeah,
fun.
he's
Wait.
not
I see the little battery. There we go. Now we're back.
All right, he's gone.
Yeah, we don't need
we're good.
the black empty space.
He was very hurt by it.
Yeah,
it was a
no,
good
it's
way.
a lot.
It was a good way to describe it. That was good.
You know what? He's got to toughen up a little bit.
Listen, I get it. It's tough, but all right, it's time, folks. You have my results over there? Let's do it.
I'm working on it.
All right.
I didn't know I'd be rushed. Oh my goodness.
No, it's okay.
Big
Take your
problem.
time. I can look here online as well. It is Drop Madness, folks, and the results are in. It's been a big day. We'll start out in the Flub region, where there is an upset.
Wow.
Marco's St. John's, the 15 seed advances. Yeah, say it again, Marco.
St. John's.
Taking out one of my favorites, the number 2 seed, Richard.
Uteki? Is that his name, Utoko?
No, it's not. Neither is correct. Congratulations, Marco. He moves on to next week.
Yeah.
We go
so
to
happy.
the 7-10 matchup. No surprise here. The 7 seed advances.
We're getting a lot of callers that are very confident, Ben. Judicus was on. He's a little nervous.
Jadakiss.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry.
I would be Judicus.
I'm Judicus.
Come on, it's got a celebrity in it.
It's so good. So good. We say goodbye to Alan's anonymity.
Who spoke on the condition of anonymity.
And let's face it, there's a fighting chance that might happen again.
Now, yeah, that's right. Now we go to the funny region, and this is a tough day for me. I didn't ask to be in this dance, but I certainly didn't ask for this to happen. The 2 seed advances.
You got the job, you ass!
You guys know, if Don screams, just get out of the bracket. You have no shot. And that's what happened to Timothy Chalamanama. A unique Don. You know what's sad about it is that the Timothy, and I voted for you ass because I liked it better. But Timothy Chalamanama, it's as unique a drop as you could get, and just destroyed by. Let's be honest, Don. A very good Don screaming, but it's not something we won't get again.
I think the issue you have is with the committee having that be a 15 seed.
Yeah, a 15. That's the problem.
Yeah. That's the issue.
It's a pretty good. Listen, obviously, I royally screwed up the number 1 seed in the Flub region. But other than that, I think that's a pretty strong bracket. The funny region this year was tough.
Yeah, it's tough, man. The 7 seed also advances 72-28.
I'll be licking the television screen. Licking it like it's ice cream.
And that's the right thing, in my opinion, over my Super Bowl flub. But we head now to the troubling region, all right? The number 2 seed with a big win.
You suck, Busick.
81-19 over Don screaming about Richard.
I said lower till he can't be heard. Did you hear me? The point that he can't be heard.
Me yelling because of Richard.
It's speaking of you yelling, we go to the troubling region. It's funny, no matter what the region is, Don's doing the same thing in every one. Somehow the rules don't apply to Don. Now he's the 7 seed in the troubling region.
Say his name!
62-38 over the 10 seed. It's just always Don yelling.
We tried to break it up and not have a Don bracket because people thought it would guarantee me a win. And let's spread it out a little bit. Now I'm all over the place.
You're just yelling in every bracket. All right, the 2 seed in the Nether region.
The last time I called up, I was not high. I was pooping in my pants.
Over Spike.
Hey, no cheap shot jokes at me, but I'm big on the organ.
But don't worry, there's more Spike in this tournament. Now,
yes.
I told you I think this 7 seed is very dangerous, and it's dangerous enough that it even It even took care of the pervert factor that we had to weigh here with a Monica drop, but the 7-seed Richard advances.
Take it off. Take it all off.
And we say goodbye to the 10-seed.
I sent you a picture of my toilet, by the way.
It is a great drop, but had no chance against Take It Off. Take It All Off. That is Drop Madness, your Drop Madness score update for this Friday, March 20th. And that will also do it for ENN, brought to you by Ramsey Mazda. Get more for your money at Ramsey Mazda, like a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 or the CX-90. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Let's get to the last call crew, 1-800-919-3776. Don, I'm going to stick around for one more segment before I go call some wrestling matches.
Okay, I also have a question for you, Peter, coming up.
And I'm glad. And is it related to a topic I didn't get to during ENN?
No.
Okay, because there is a wrestling and sports-related topic. The intersection of wrestling and sports, a great story I didn't get to in ENN. We'll get to that next. But first, guys, FanDuel is offering an early win on your pre-live money line bets for college basketball when your team goes up 10 points. And it stays a win no matter how the game ends. Do you get that? That means, for example, if you had picked Duke to lose yesterday, you would have won by them simply going down 10 points. That's how easy it is. It's a win for you. And don't forget, with FanDuel, you get paid instantly when you win. Just visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. It's time to dance. Bet the bracket with FanDuel. Now, 21 and over, physically present in New York, opt-in required, tokens are non-withdrawable, restrictions apply, including token expiration. Market requirements and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com for help with a gambling problem. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Fifth-seeded St. John's kicks off their March Madness tournament in San Diego against 12th-seeded Northern Iowa. Coverage begins today at 7 on 1050 ESPN.
Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S, Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This month, you'll be feeling March magic when you win your share of $50,000 cash during our Rainbow Riches drawing. Be here every Wednesday in March from 2 to 7 p.m. Each hour, one lucky guest is drawn to win up to $5,000 cash. Earn entry starting at 12:30 p.m. Come chase the rainbow every Wednesday in March, where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hey, it's Michael K, and I love when I get to talk about my friends at PC Richard & Son. It's a local company, family-owned, and I trust them, and you should too. Right now, get tax season savings, up to 35% off select categories, plus save an additional 8.875% off hundreds of items throughout the store. And in-home delivery is free. Great savings, great service. It's what they do. Get tax season savings at PC Richard & Son today. Some exclusions apply. Free delivery on mattresses, $399 and up, excludes Manhattan.
Listen, I know the mentality. You try to play through pain and walk it off. Push through one more day. But when it comes to neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, that's a losing game. That's when you call Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he focuses on non-surgical solutions that get real results. No cuts, no downtime, no dependence on pain meds. He builds you a custom game plan for you so that you can move better, feel better, and live pain-free. Same day or next day appointments are available. Visit SandwellPain.com. Stop managing pain. Start beating it.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
50 years from now, will jeans be wide or skinny? Will email still exist? Will guac still be extra? One thing is certain. If you won the new Millionaire for Life from the New Jersey Lottery today, you'd still be getting $1 million every year for life. That's enough money to say, bring it on, the future. I will have that guacamole at any price.
Play the new Millionaire for Life today. Anything can happen in Jersey. Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Gold is now nearly $5,200 an ounce, and silver is at an all-time high. Now is the best time to cash in on your unused gold and silver by going to the Estates Roadshow. Gold and silver, old rings, chains, and even broken jewelry. Don't wait. Cash in while gold and silver are hot. 3 locations this week: Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn and at TMT Cash for Gold locations in Old Bridge and Toms River. Bring your gold, silver, coins, diamonds, and watches, even broken pieces, and get cash on the spot. The prices of gold and silver are at an all-time high, so there's never been a better time to sell. No appointments, no fees, no pressure. Just friendly professional buyers with over 35 years in the business. Go to the Estates Roadshow Monday through Friday in Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn and Friday through Tuesday in Old Bridge at TMT Cash for Gold, the bright yellow building on Route 9 South, or their Toms River location on Route 37 at the corner of Hooper Avenue. For more info, follow Estates Roadshow on Facebook or go to tmtcashforgold.com.
This is a special notice to U.S. taxpayers owing $10,000 or more to the IRS. Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying taxpayers that tax relief initiatives are now available that may significantly reduce or eliminate what you owe. If you're afraid of an IRS lien, levy, or wage garnishment, don't lose hope. You can now take advantage of these current relief programs to end all collections, reduce the amount you owe, and resolve your tax problem. Even if you have years of unfiled tax returns or are already in a payment plan, you may still qualify for significant relief. Struggling taxpayers can now get relief they need during these hard economic times. A hotline has been established by Tax Relief Advocates for you to call and see what you qualify for. They are A+ rated with the BBB and have over 1,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait. Call 800-575-9087, 800-575-9087. That's 800-575-9087. Or simply visit tra.com.
Oh, yeah. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg on ESPN New York. Now, Don, you teased us with something.
Well, it was just a question because you understand these things better than I do, but I saw somebody mention on social media with the Drop Madness that something can get 1.5 thousand views but only get 530 votes. So is that people viewing it and not voting, or are that people going back and viewing to see what the results are? Why would you click on it and not vote? And it'd be triple the amount.
That's. I think it's because people can the whole view of a tweet, doesn't mean anything.
Okay.
It's just I think it literally went by people's eyes.
You could scroll past it without even knowing you scrolled past it. That counts as a view, if I'm not mistaken.
That counts.
Really?
So
that's
yes.
cheating.
It is. That's why it's nonsense. But
okay, I was just curious about that.
Now, I tease something as well.
Yes.
The WWE's Celebrity Hall of Fame induction this year is, I thought, a fun one. It is Dennis Rodman.
Yes, I saw this.
Which I thought was a pretty cool and interesting. And listen, WWE Hall of Fame is sort of a silly thing in the first place. Just in terms of they put people in it sometimes who you're okay, well, they were well known, but I don't know if they were great. The celebrity wing is obviously particularly, these are people who showed up for a moment. These are not pro wrestlers.
Right.
But I will say, in the case of Dennis Rodman, at the time, Don, I don't know how much you remember about this, but at the time in which he showed up in WCW, he was very impactful. And then, of course, when we watched The Last Dance, and you kind of saw it from the other side of the Bulls' perspective of them being in the middle of their Bulls dynasty run, and one of their most important players hey, I can't be there. I got to go do wrestling. It's pretty insane.
And so he is in the hall.
He will go in April. It's official.
Also want to congratulate Mike Westhoff is also going to the Hall of Fame as well, Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Wow.
As a specialty teams coach. Now, they do their ceremony in June rather than with the rest of the guys a little bit later on, I guess because there's just too many to do all at once. So I had a conversation with him today. He wanted to tell me that he was going in, and I thought that was amazing because we had worked together for so many years, and hopefully around the time of the ceremony, he said it's going to be like in late June in Canton. We'll try to get him on. So good for him. He was really excited about it.
I mean, listen, the Hall of Fame it's not bad.
Well, he was, and he's every time I talk to him, he's complaining about all the different rules because they've taken like all the coaching out of special teams now. But boy, he knew what he was doing. He was way ahead of his time. And you don't care about special teams until either they screw up or do something really special. And he seemed to always be a coach of something that the Jets would do, especially, that would be really just turn the game around. Block kick, block punt, kick return. He was really innovative, and they've taken a lot of that away in the NFL. Did you see the other thing, speaking of the NFL, that's been suggested? I forget who I saw. I don't know if it was Ian Rappaport. Somebody had sent out that one of the things that's being floated by the players, that if the NFL goes to an 18-game schedule, that a player, there will be designated days off for players. So none of the entire roster will play more than 17 games.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think you can do it.
And neither do I.
Because, first of all, you're talking about a 53-man roster, right? So you could definitely rotate them, but, like, how do you do it? Like, how do you pick what game my starting quarterback isn't going to start? And what if you get caught and now it's late in the season, you need the game, he hasn't taken the game off yet, and now I got to sit him?
Yeah, I don't know how you go about doing that.
Just go to the 18 games, for God's sakes. You know, I mean, if you were going to put up a fight.
We know what you're doing.
Once you went to 17, and this is on the players too, once you went to 17, you had to know they were going to 18. So if you didn't want to go to 18, you should never have agreed to go to 17. Because they were not going to sit there with an odd number of games. They weren't. They were just setting you up. And they'll take away a preseason game, but I don't think that's a good idea either. These guys are ill-prepared to begin with.
That's the thing also. I know, right? Like, as useless as the preseason is, as the preseason's gotten less and less important, and there's less games, you absolutely see the result in the product. Like, the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, it really is.
Like, it went from, like, the first week or two they'd look rusty to now it's like, Don, it's mid-October now. Like, I feel like when, excuse me, I feel like when Steve Young used to tell us the first month of the season is the preseason.
Yeah.
I feel like since he used to say that, which is probably, I don't know, 10 and 8 years ago, whatever it was, Don, I think it's 2 months now. I think it's legitimately 2 months.
It's definitely the entire month of September. And I really think you're going into October for, you could say, all right, everybody is at full strength. Everybody's starting to figure it out. And it's going to get, you take 2 preseason games and go to 18, that's going to be even less time to prepare. Yeah, it could take you deep into October. And listen, I understand you got 18 games, but if it's taking you 7-8 games to kind of get your sea legs, your season's over for a lot of teams. And we certainly know what that's like here in New York, where everything seems to be over by the time we get to Halloween.
Well, the nice thing about the 22-game season they're going to land on, Don, is that, you're still alive. You get to mid-November, you could be 5 games under 500, but with 12 more to play, you're in good shape.
I know. I remember, I think you do too, there were 2 buys. And that was back in 1993. And it was fine. And now you're spreading out football. So if you go 2 buys, you still have games, even though your team's not playing. There's still games. So an 18-week season becomes a 20-week season. And what's the big deal about that? It's still way shorter than all the other sports. Well, baseball season starts, it's March, late March. It's like 7 months. Football's only 5. So you add an extra week of buys. You're going to get there. But don't start messing around with guys sitting. And I don't need designated load management. That's not going to help this sport. You see what it's done to the NBA. We opened the show with it about what's bigger, football, what's bigger, basketball or baseball in this country. There's no question that basketball is taking a hit with a lot of things that have happened here. I don't want that to happen to football. Now, it won't hit as bad in because there's only X amount of games, with whether it's 17 or 18. But, Peter, I don't need teams throwing it away. It's bad enough week 18 now is like a throwaway for a lot of teams. They've already clinched a spot. Nobody's playing. I don't want that to be 2-3 weeks of the season where nobody plays, nobody cares.
Don, I have some game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time,
it's Tullamore.
It's Charlie time. Yeah. Knicks Nets coverage following us on 880 at 7. St. John's Northern Iowa on 1050 at 7.
There you go.
And Don's Devils are in Washington to take on Alex Ovechkin and the Caps at 7. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Last call crew, 1-800-919-3776, as we get you one step closer to the weekend next, right here on ESPN New York.
5th-seeded St. John's kicks off their March Madness tournament in San Diego against 12th-seeded Northern Iowa. Coverage begins today at 7 on 1050 ESPN.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
It feels like everyone's sick right now. You aren't imagining it. Doctors say this is the worst cold and flu season in 25 years, and it's not over. I was just traveling. It was like everyone around me was coughing, sneezing, and sick. I can't afford to get sick, and I doubt you can either. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. Having a medical emergency kit is like having urgent care and pharmacy right in your home. It includes essential prescriptions like generic Z-Pak to help you get well faster, plus important antibiotics to treat pneumonia, strep throat, sinus and ear infections, nausea, even UTIs, and many more common and serious illnesses. It's your kit the moment you need it. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's genius. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. I can save you $45 when you use my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. Again, save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Start spreading the news. New York Yankees baseball is back in the Bronx. Come out to Yankee Stadium on Saturday, April 4th for a Yankee Stadium promotional giveaway tradition. Calendar night. The first 40,000 in attendance will receive a New York Yankees calendar courtesy of MasterCard. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com/tickets. Again, it's Yankees calendar night on Saturday, April 4th against the Miami Marlins. Visit Yankees.com/tickets today.
Presented by Robinhood.
He crosses, spins, pulls up.
With Robinhood Prediction Markets, buy or sell your predictions all game long. No house odds, just you versus the market. Put your sports IQ to work. Trade every shot, block, steal, run, and moment that shifts the game. With Robinhood Prediction Markets, trade every play. Visit Robinhood.com/predict to start trading. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
If you love great food and smart prices, you need to know about Wild Fork Foods. Right now, beef tenderloin is only $10 a pound, and Atlantic salmon portions are just $9.98 a pound. That's serious value on awesome quality cuts. Plus, Wild Fork offers over 450 meat and seafood options, all blast frozen to lock in freshness and flavor. Visit one of their 7 stores across Long Island and New Jersey, or get same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com.
Make cancer screening a part of your annual healthcare routine. New York Presbyterian offers a full range of cancer screenings, including lung, cervical, prostate, colorectal, breast, and more. Regular cancer screenings could save your life by detecting cancer at its earliest, most treatable stages. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester. Learn more at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
NBA fans don't just watch the game, they live it. So stream like you're courtside with NBA League Pass, your ticket to all the action. Watch your favorite team shine and catch the league's brightest stars and rising stars at the same time with multi-view on your favorite devices. From the plays you can't believe to the most live games and the drama that comes with it. If it happens on the court, it's happening on NBA League Pass.
Only select out-of-market games available. Blackout restrictions apply. Additional charges and other conditions may apply. Visit NBA.com/subscriber agreement for full terms and conditions.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, everybody, it's the Don Show. It never ends.
Those are facts.
The Don Show, starring only Don.
Good for me.
It's the Don Show, starting now.
Tweet that.
Hey, Don.
Oh, it's so great that they still use that, even though there's only less than 9 minutes left in the show, but a show is a show, right? 1-800-919-3776. You want to get in on the last call crew before our coverage of the Knicks and the Nets right here on ESPN New York. I want to thank Kofi. He's our conscience. He's the one that helps us with stuff all the time. He's like our unofficial and unpaid statistician on the show. And he reminded me, it was Mike Florio on with Rich Eisen, where the idea was floated about designating a day off for every player so that in an 18-game season, none of the players would have played a full 18. I think it's an idea. I'm not going to say it's a bad idea. I just don't think it would work. How do you designate a day for your quarterback to take off in a game where like every week is going to be big? You look at the Giants, right? Like people think this team can win 8 games, maybe 9. Well, that means they're going to be playing some very meaningful games. They can't throw games away, and all of a sudden Jackson Dart, sorry, he's designated to have this game off, and you lose, and you miss the playoffs by 1 game. That would be devastating. But the one thing I wanted to bring up here is, and this was sent to me by our producer, Anthony Pusick, who, that it was mentioned, I just want to be able to punch it up here for you. I had it here, and then it disappeared on me, that Aaron Judge has said that he wants to participate in the next WBC and the LA Olympics. And that is Chris Kirshner that tweeted that out. Now, what I find interesting about this is not that he wants to play in the next WBC, but that he wants to play in the LA Olympics. Well, right now, baseball is not an option for the Major League Baseball players. So when I hear Judge say that, what pops into my mind is, especially with all the accusations that the players in America didn't care about the WBC, that if the players rally and make this a point to want to play in the Olympics, where they want it put in the CBA, which they're going to have to, and force Major League Baseball to take the allotted days off from their schedule for the players to go to LA and play in the Olympics. If the players want it, they'll get it. Now, they'll have to give something up. in the CBA. But if they really want it, because I saw it in the NHL, the players really wanted to play in the Olympics. They made sure they put it in the CBA. The owners wanted the relationship to be pure, so they didn't have any more work stoppages, and they gave it to the players. But what line are the players willing to go for this? Would they say, okay, we'll accept the salary cap? The owners aren't just going to give it to them. They're going to want something back in return. And really, the players are happy with the current system. What the possible lockout, and it's going to happen on December 1st, and we'll see if it affects any gameplay, is the owners are going to want a salary cap. And the players are going to say no. And oh, by the way, while we're fighting on the salary cap, we want to make sure you carve out time for us to take off in 2028 to go to the Olympics. And every 4 years to do that like they do in the NHL. Okay, we'll let you do it. You're going to have to accept the salary cap. So we'll see how far it goes. But the fact that Aaron Judge says he wants to play in it tells me that it looks like it's something that very well could happen, but it would have to be collectively bargained. And we're going to find that out during the course of the winter, how badly they want it and what they're willing to give up. Because they're going to have to do something. And it really would be a shame with Ohtani and Judge and the Dodgers and the Yankees being good and ratings being good, coming off a phenomenal WBC, to see there be no baseball in 2027. And I know from the NHL standpoint, when you start fighting for things like a salary cap, and they have fought for that, the owners, for a long time and have never gotten it. And now you've got teams possibly like the Yankees that might be for a salary cap. They may be willing to go to war for this. And I can't imagine there not be games affected during that CBA negotiation. You just hope it's not a whole season. And you do hope, at least for me, that if they do end up canceling a whole season, that you straighten out your problems at the end of the day so we never have to go through this again. That's what you have to hope. Because if you're just going to pacify, put a Band-Aid on it, then every 3-4 years have to go through this stuff, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. 1-800-919-3776. Let's go to Chris in Monmouth County. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Chris?
Hey, Don. Happy Friday. Thanks for taking the call.
No problem.
Don, listening to you for a long time with Michael Peter. Before that, the Four Horsemen, 13 years ago. I mean, I have a random question.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you. I'm not saying it's not real, but you hear all the time, NFL, MLB, NBA, let's just call it NHL, player gets traded, and the analysis is, well, you don't understand what it's like on the players. They got their kids in school. They got to move their family. They got to look for a new house. And I always think about, wait a minute. These seasons are not year-round. If a guy lives in, make it up, Princeton, New Jersey, and he gets traded to Pittsburgh, he's not automatically moving his kids and living in Pittsburgh, because half of his season he's traveling on airplanes and in hotel rooms anyway. I guess my question is, how real is that narrative that these guys gotta sell their house, they gotta look for a new house? I don't really buy it. I'm curious what you think, because I know you're curious about those things.
It depends on the contract situation. So, let's say you trade for a player who's a rental, and his contract is up at the end of the year. What's most likely going to happen, since they don't know where they're going to be, are they going to stay in New Jersey? Are they going to go and sign with Pittsburgh or something? Is that the family will stay in the city that they originally played in, and he'll just live in a hotel. Or rent a house or something until the season is over, and then they'll assess the situation. Where it becomes dicey, Chris, is a guy that's under contract. He's got 4 years left on his contract. He gets traded to the Rangers or to the Yankees. And he was in St. Louis. Well, the kids are in school. They just bought a house. Well, now the wife's got to sell the house, and then they got to buy a house in New York. I mean, it's a lot to do.
But not right away. I mean, they got to see how it plays out. I guess the analysis I always hear on every sports radio or TV, it's always that heavy-handed, they got to move and this and that. And I always kind of chuckle, because I'm like, I don't know if these guys actually move. If the wife and the kids like their neighborhood, unless, to your point, they're going to be there for a solidified period of time, right? Like Aaron Rodgers bought a house in Montclair, New Jersey. Yeah, you don't have a house in Pittsburgh in LA? It's always, to me, as a sports fan, is it real, or is it just like a play in the media in a fun way?
Listen, and Chris, thank you for the phone call. If I got traded, I got 8-year-old twins, and I got a wife that I love, and it's baseball season, and I get traded in April to St. Louis, Well, and I've got 4 years left on my contract, which means now we're going to be living in St. Louis. All right, well, the kids are in school, so they've got to finish school. I'm not going to pull them out of school until we get to the summer. And then you got to sell the house. Oh, by the way, the wife's going to have to do this all by herself because now I'm playing baseball. And April, May, and June, for 3 months, I don't see my family. I mean, I know it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but it would be a big deal for me. As much as I would love playing the sport that I play and making millions of dollars, to not see my family for 3 months while all this is going on. Listen, is it the end of the world? No, but it could be a pain in the neck. You know, Nick Bukestad got traded to the Devils. I was talking to him the other day, and his family's still in St. Louis. They're gonna sort things out, but for the rest of the season, you know, he's not going to see his family. Maybe see him on the weekends, whatever. I mean, I know you're making millions of dollars, but you're missing your family. Still missing your family. I don't care how much money you make if you're not seeing your kids for a couple of months at a time. It's going to stink. Or you're living in a hotel and you're talking to them. Well, it's a thing. Is it the end all be all? No, but it's a thing. Weird call, but I like weird calls. I'm going to be off on Monday because I got to travel to Dallas with the Devils. So I'll talk to you from Dallas on Tuesday. Knicks basketball coming up next.
25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Check it in a year, check it in 5. This ain't my doing 5, but price is still alive. 25 a month, 5 whole years.